Hey, good afternoon, and welcome here to the campus of Montana Tech as we get ready for Frontier Conference football as Montana Tech taking on the lights of MSU-Northern. Paul Panisco, Ron Haskett here on Digger Vision. Thanks for joining us here on a Saturday as, again, Montana Tech taking on MSU-Northern. It is Senior Day, and Senior Day is going to take us a while.
Extended halftime?
Wait, but pregame. Pregame.
Oh, is it pregame?
Yeah, pregame.
Okay.
We'll start that bad boy, honestly, here in probably 5-6 minutes. But 23 seniors in this group for Montana Tech, and an incredible group of seniors on top of it.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, right? You know, some of the names we've been saying what seems like 10 years, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And then, you know, the not forgotten, right? But the guys that maybe didn't see a ton of action but stuck through it all, you know. And I go back to Northern Week is always just a kick in the pants for me because Coach Green, when I was coaching up here, every Northern Week, every time he walked from the printer to his office down that hallway, he was singing Johnny Horton. The Northern Lights are running wild. And so I called him this morning, and he answered and said, Haskett. And I said, oh, great, I lost the bet. And he said, what bet? I said, I figured you would answer by saying the Northern Lights are running wild in the land of the midnight sun. So that was the joke this morning. But, yeah, you know how I feel about Senior Day. As a coach, as an assistant coach, you get someone that's going to give you their all for 4 years or, 3 years, 4 years, 5,
6,
sometimes 6 years. It is a special day, and I will take to my grave. It's a huge day for assistant coaches, getting to recognize these guys that have done everything you've asked them, for 4 or 5 years. And, by the way, they went to school, right? And so, it was a great interview. I listened to it this morning. I love Senior Day. My favorite day of the year.
It has quickly become mine just because of our proximity. We've done these games for 19 years, and you certainly see it from a different angle. And Senior Day is upon us, as Haskett said. We do have normally at halftime. Historically, we have run our interview with Coach Kyle Sampson about his seniors at halftime. Due to the fact that 23 seniors are graduating, we do not have time to run that bad boy at half. So if you're watching us on Digger Vision, it's right on our YouTube page. You can watch it at your leisure. Make sure to get yourself a cup of coffee and a nice lunch because it's going to take you a while. It's almost an hour, but it's worth your time. You know, Coach Kyle Sampson talking about his seniors in his own words, and I just love it. I've always loved doing it, and it is different for me this year in the fact that this year, I'm in the hyper all year, and you get to know these guys a lot more, and a lot of these leaders like the Wyatt twins, and you get into guys like Lander Smith, and these guys that are coming around, sitting down in my office, drinking coffee, and it's going to be a big day. It's going to be a special day as Montana Tech taking on the lights here for Senior Day as the Digs getting ready to enter into hallowed ground and through the tailgate. Gorgeous day.
Yeah, and you do your best. I love Senior Day. I like to walk around the tailgate. Had a nice conversation at the tailgate with Drew Wyatt and his wife. Of course, the parents, the proud parents of the Wyatt twins. Had a great conversation. They're parents, right?
Yep.
They actually moved in here, right? They got a condo here in Butte, and these fully bought-in parents that you see week in and week out, thanks doesn't seem to be enough.
Yeah.
Because their kids really do reap the rewards of a great school here, great relationships, a great football program, teammates, and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's a lot of sacrifice, and these parents do it, even though it can get a little difficult with a big grin on their face. And you know what I love more than anything else is a college football mama.
Yeah. Because
they are fully bought in. By that time, they're not worried about the kid getting hurt. They're not worried about anything. They want their kid out there clobbering people, and it is awesome.
Well, again, it is Senior Day. We will have our Senior Day recognitions here as we make our way through the afternoon. Again, we will go through those before kickoff. So the 23 seniors, and again, if you want to listen, it's really not an interview. It's just I turn it over to Coach, and Coach goes through them. You can find it on our YouTube channel, and he goes through all the seniors in his own words, and really looking forward to this one here. Let's talk conference. Let's get into football here for a minute. Let's run you through the conference standings. We'll start there, and then we'll move on. Carroll College on top of the Frontier Conference. They're 6-0 in conference, 7-1 overall. Montana Western is 5-1 in conference, 7-1 overall. Montana Tech, Southern Oregon, and Eastern Oregon are all tied at 4-2 in third place in the Frontier Conference. Eastern Oregon.
Where'd that come from?
They're 4-2. I have no words to put around. Eastern Oregon is so strange. They can look not good for a good stretch, and then they can be world beaters for 60 minutes.
I should know this, but I don't. Who's coaching Eastern Oregon?
Camp.
It's still Camp?
Still Camp.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me then, right? They start out struggling, but he's always done a really good job there. You know, do they puzzle us at times in certain seasons? Of course they do. But, you know, a lot of teams do. But the athleticism that they get at Eastern Oregon year in and year out will make you maybe scratch your head a little more. But he does a good job, and I had no idea they were 4-2 in conference, so it just blew my mind.
Yeah, and they've got a couple big ones left. They play Southern and I think Western. I think are their 2 games remaining. College of Idaho is 4-3 in Frontier Conference play. Arizona Christian is 1-6. Rocky is 0-6, and Northern is 0-6 coming into this football game.
Yeah, it's tough and rebuilding stuff for Northern, and you know I just go back to this last few games. You know, Tech ran the gauntlet. They did pretty well through the gauntlet. They lost a heartbreaker at the College of Idaho, and they had a good chance to go down to Western and beat them. Western was very beatable that day, and they're a couple plays shy of getting a victory down there. But Tech's in good shape now. They've had 3 blowout wins in a row. They've got to play a lot of bodies, but most importantly, they've got to rest some bodies. And Tech's going to be pretty dang healthy going into this last game of the year. This game here, they're really healthy. I talked to Coach Sampson yesterday, and going into that showdown when Carroll College comes to town, you know, after Tech beat them in the opener up there, that was a non-conference game, but the last game of the conference season will be Carroll arriving here at Bob Green Field for what is going to probably end up being a huge game for both schools. Yeah, I mean, you knew it was before the season started. You saw Tech Carroll to finish the season, and you knew there was going to be a whole lot of weight on that game, and there will be a whole lot of weight on that game. Well, let's talk about these two for a minute. Montana Tech and Northern. As again, the Lights enter 0-8 overall, 0-6 in Frontier Conference play. Northern has scored 97 points on the year, 13 touchdowns, 1 field goal, 8 extra points. They've also got 1 2-point conversion. They're averaging about 12.1 points per contest. Defensively, they're giving up 36.8 points a game. They're 361.4 yards allowed per game, is 5th best in the Frontier. This will be the 65th meeting between the Orediggers and the Lights. Montana Tech leads the overall series 39-25. Montana Tech has won the last 13 meetings between the two programs. The last Northern win was on October 14th, 2014 at Blue Pony Stadium. They won that one 37-34. They got Chuck?
They got Chuck.
Oh, boy.
And I'm gonna throw this out here, and we'll let it float for a little while. Who was the quarterback for Northern when they won in 2014?
2014 quarterback for Northern.
That's for all our Imitet boys out there, too. Who was the quarterback? The last time Montana Tech lost to Northern was 2014. And you know who the quarterback is.
I don't know who the quarterback was.
All right, well, I'll give you time to think about it. You can ponder. Yeah. You can ponder. We're going to get Senior Day recognitions.
Sadly, I only remember 2 Northern quarterbacks.
And one of them's on our sideline here as head coach?
Well, one of them's on our sideline as head coach, and the other one was a Weinberger from Affer, I think.
Okay. Well, you're going to kick yourself because you know another, but... Yeah, it's okay. I'll give you a pass.
I'm getting old.
Okay, you are. Yes. You are. We will give you that later. Again, who was the quarterback for MSU-Northern in 2014 that last beat Montana Tech? I don't have anything to give away or anything other than a crisp, clean high five.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all anybody wants is a good, crisp, clean high five. Yeah, I'm drawing blanks, Paul, and you're going to make me look really stupid here when you reveal the answer.
We need to start doing a little bit more trivia. The parents are coming out on the field, and I want to read this first. This was a note from Coach Kyle Sampson. This is, in his words, to these seniors that have meant so much to this program. A huge thank you and congratulations to the class of 2024 seniors. This group is extremely special to me and my family. Their leadership and character are second to none. We wouldn't be where we are as a program right now without these great men. This group truly represents what Montana Tech is all about. They're great players on the field, but even better people off the field, in the classroom, and in this great community of Butte. It's been an absolute honor to coach these young men, and I look forward to seeing them succeed in everything they do after they graduate. I know they're going to succeed in anything they put their minds to. More importantly, I know they will be great mentors, family men, husbands, and fathers someday. I can't thank you guys enough for all that you did for me, helping me in your years at Montana Tech. You're heroes to my 4 kids and heroes to a ton of kids here in Butte, Montana. You've been so good to my family, and my wife and kids are going to miss you tremendously. Some of my best memories are seeing you guys play with my kids at practice. I want to say a huge thank you to all of our seniors, families as well. Without you, these guys would not be here today. Thank you all for your love and support and for raising such great young men and allowing them to be part of my life. Seniors, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you do and all that you stand for. I'm very excited to watch you play the game you love today on your senior day and continue to watch you as we strive to extend our season each and every week. I love you men, Diggers for life, and my family for life. Coach Kyle Sampson.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah, real good stuff. It's why I come to the tailgate 2 hours before kickoff, Paul.
Yep. It is why I come to the tailgate. So many ex-players involved in the Ematad Club now, and fully vested in the support of this football program, and they still call you coach, and it's awesome.
Andrew Olmos, the first out, the punter out of Great Falls, of course, an All-American, joined by his dad Travis, mom Carrie, brother Luke, girlfriend Abby. Grandparents are out with him as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Olmos. Now, as we move over here, Angel Sanchez is the next you see on your screen. Sanchez, of course, coming out of Washington, Tacoma, Washington. He's joined by his mom Patricia, dad Angel Sr., and his girlfriend Rebecca, the one and only Angel Sanchez. Next out, you see it's quarterback number 1, ladies and gentlemen, as Blake Thielen is our next out, joined by his dad Terry, mom Karen, brother Tanner, girlfriend Abby, Aunt July, and Uncle Randy. Blake Thielen out of Great Falls, Montana, has another shot at another big record here as the day goes.
And a shout out to his cousin.
Okay.
Jet Campbell.
All right, good call.
And a shout out to Jet. Hopefully Jet's listening. If he's not here, haven't seen Jet in a lot of years, and I couldn't believe they were here as long together as they were before I knew they were first cousins.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, well, there's your trivia piece for today, okay? You're just throwing that one out because you can't figure out who the quarterback was?
Yeah, I'm trying to act smart.
You see Brandon Spencer with the look there as Brandon, offensive lineman out of Lolo. He's joined by his dad, Mike, stepmom Tiffany, and his sister as well. As we move on here to the twins, Cade Wyant and, of course, Cole Wyant. Cade, the quarterback, Cole, the linebacker, both out of Rockland, California, and joined by their mom, Lena, and dad, Drew, the Wyants.
Can I drop you another nugget?
Oh, please do.
So my first cousin, Bob Biggs, was the coach at UC Davis for many years, like 22 years. He retired a half a dozen years ago, still involved with the program.
I'm talking to Drew Wyant, the coach, or the father of these two twins. He was recruited by Bob Biggs down in California, and he had to call him and tell him he got an offer from Sac State to play on scholarship. And he said that was the last time he talked to Bob Biggs, but he knew who he was, and it was fascinating. He blew my mind in the tailgate today.
So as we continue here, we just went past Ethan Renner, of course, out of Laurel, Montana. Great story on Ethan. Make sure to go listen out on the interview. He's joined by his father, Brad. His mother, Heidi, is here. Also his brother, Emmett, and his girlfriend here with Ethan Renner.
Shout out to Heidi.
Yeah, big time. She has fought hard.
Fighting the fight, and God bless her. Hope you're tuned in, Heidi, and we're praying for you. But, bad deal. But what a quality kid, huh?
Jade Morast, we went by him, the young man out of Dillon, joined by his mom, Raquel, dad, Darren, sister, Zoe, and his girlfriend, Tess. Jade Morast, of course, Dillon Beaver for life. Jaden McNeil was next, joined by his mom, Gina McNeil, also his dad, Tom Mosich. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaden McNeil out of Kalispell, Montana, certainly has been around, coach for a long time, and just a great one here for Montana Tech.
The interview is great because all these guys that came together that were with Coach Sampson in Kalispell, getting all the way back to Vasquez, coming down and playing. That was a great story.
Let's see here. Next up, as we take a peek here, it looks like we missed Jaden Downs. We're behind. We're so slow in this,
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Jaden Downs, a defensive back out of Pocatello, Idaho, is having a monster year, joined by his mom, Andrea Nielsen, dad, Justin Downs, his brother, brother and his girlfriend are here as well. Let's see here as we move up to J.R. Seawald. You see that young man out of Cutbank. If you go on his bio at godiggers.com, he has the best freshman to senior pictures you're going to find anywhere. They're fantastic. J.R. Seawald is his mom, Happy, dad, JC, and his brother, Brant and Bauer, both here. Justice Peterson, the young man out of Dillon. Just love this kid. Joined by his dad, Jesse, his mom, Jenny. He's going to go rodeo. His brother, Jace, his uncle and aunt are both here. And Justice Peterson, the defensive back out of Dillon, of course, started as a quarterback, had a great career. And, I just
watching their buddies come out. Senior to senior, it's just such a good day. It is. It's a great day.
Next out, we have the Torgerson. Kyle Torgerson is on the field. Kyle Torgerson joined by, or actually, I miss Kobe. Holy moly, we miss Kobe. Kobe Marino, Butte, Montana. One of my favorite humans on the face of earth. Joined by his mom, Carrie Guidi, and dad, Tom, is here as well. Kobe Marino injured a knee in fall ball just right at the beginning. He was going to get moved to fullback and was ready to roll. And Kobe has just been a tremendous support structure here for Montana Tech this year. Kyle Torgerson, the wide receiver out of Great Falls. He does so much for this program beyond football. Joined by his dad, Brian. His mom, Tammy, is here as well. His brothers, Cody and Levi. Also, his grandma and grandpa are here for Kyle Torgerson. Lander Smith, the running back out of Charlotte. Joined by his dad, Sean. His mom, Sarah, is here. Grandpa and grandma, Carol and Dave, are here as well. Also, grandpa and grandma, Lyle and Nancy, both here as well with Landers. And Landers going to find himself in our Hall of Fame real fast.
As a coach, I don't think I would hug Landers. I think he'd get hurt.
Next up, as we continue here, Logan Kennedy was next. Logan, of course, the tight end out of Laurel. His mom, Denise, was with him. Stepdad, Brett, as well. He is playing for his father this year and is just having a monster year. Logan Kennedy, ladies and gentlemen. Max Anderson, another guy that you can't speak highly enough. Max Anderson, the lineman out of Kalispell, joined by his dad, Arthur. His brother, Steven, is here as well. Max has just had a tremendous career here for the Orediggers.
And if Lander Smith didn't hurt you with that hug, the next one down would. Logan Kennedy.
That's the deal right there. Prince Hall, you see him on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Prince, the defensive lineman out of Riviera Beach, Florida, came in spring ball and tore his quad. In spring ball, and then fought back and worked his tail off to get back into the lineup here this year. Has played the last couple of weeks. He's joined by Coach Sampson and his family. Also, we found out his brother made the flight to get here as well. Great to have him here as Prince and his brother out on the field. Seif Benjamin is next. Seif out of West Lafayette, Indiana. His mom, Holly, is here. His aunts is here. His grandma. And just a great crew here for number 60. Seif, as he and the crew are here.
What's in West Lafayette, Purdue?
I couldn't even tell you. It would be a total guess, and it would be wrong on my part. Sky Stefanik, the lineman out of Washington. His mom, Kim, is here. Sky Stefanik, wearing number 53, the defensive lineman. The next you see here on your screen is the coaches. The coach line going down and seeing these players has to be one of the hardest things known to mankind.
Yeah, it's a highly emotional day, no doubt about it.
Tom walk up sporting I love the mohawk he's got in the screen here. Tom Walkup out of Bozeman, Montana, joined by his mom, Danielle, dad, Chris. His siblings are here as well.
You're really showing your age. That's a faux hawk, not a mohawk.
Trey Vasquez, the defensive back out of Kalispell. He went and graduated, was at Cal Poly. He wrestled at Cal Poly and came here to play Montana Tech. He had a year of eligibility left and came and joined us. Joined by his dad, Rich. His mom, Kelly, is here as well.
The greatest thing about that interview is he just wanted to come hang out with his high school buddies again. I'll go strap it on for a year or two at Montana Tech in the football program.
And I love that Wyatt Alexander is our last, and he's in the end zone. I mean, that seems only fitting that Wyatt Alexander is in the north end zone.
That is such a good observation.
Wyatt has spent a whole lot of time in the north end zone, ladies and gentlemen. Wyatt Alexander, number 6 out of Whitehall. His mom, Mickey, is here. His dad, Brad, and his brother, Mason, all joining us as our 23 seniors being honored here today for Senior Day.
I still remember his position coach, Doug Schliemann, how excited he was when Wyatt Alexander signed on the dotted line to come play at Montana Tech. Right over at Whitehall, But I never got to watch him really play. I think I watched him play one game in high school. Fantastic. He came in. It was a package deal. There was Wyatt Alexander and Smith. Can't remember Smith's first name. Braden Smith. He ended up playing. He transferred to Western, but both fantastic players. And what a great get. It took him a while, right? He had a couple injuries.
Yep.
And
injuries hurt his first couple years.
And then he burst on the scene. I just remember, I think his big moment when he burst on the scene was, remember that end around they ran? It might have been against Northern. And he cut up the middle. And it was almost like everybody else was frozen in time as he ran to the end zone. And we're like, holy cow, we never thought he could run like that.
So again, thanks for joining us here on Senior Day. Why don't we do this? Let's take a quick break. We'll pay some bills. We'll come back. We'll talk about starters. We'll talk about the Ore Diggers and the Lights more right after this.
Dude, Hudson, your new man cave is sweet.
Come watch the game.
Dude, they're gonna score.
Man cave, lady lounges, whatever you call them, Steele's Furniture has exactly what you need to make your room come to life. Shop our Man Cave showroom today for ideas to upgrade your bar set, fireplace, TV, recliner, furniture set, and refrigerator. Steele's Furniture, making man caves happen for 87 years.
Nucor is a great company. They care about their people. They care about the environment.
I've never been restricted to fall in a box. I've never been told that I can't do something.
I saw it as a great opportunity to develop a career.
You create your own destiny at Nucor.
We're building something bigger out here at Nucor. Come join us.
National anthem here as we get underway on a Saturday. Montana Tech taking on the Lights of MSU-Northern. Well, there we go. Let's try that again. Thanks. Welcome back here once again. I'm just mashing buttons over here, Aska. Don't mind me. Our national anthem here on a Saturday afternoon. Montana Tech taking on the Lights of MSU-Northern. And flipping our coin, ladies and gentlemen. Look at center here at the 50-yard line. Codis Campbell is going to be flipping our coin here for us. Codis, a senior from Spring Creek, Nevada. He'll be graduating this spring with his degree in mining engineering. Just last night, the Montana Tech Mining Club held their annual banquet celebrating a year of outstanding achievements. As a captain of the Montana Tech mining team, Codis played a key role in leading the team to victory at the 46th International Collegiate Mining Competition, a competition that we streamed. Thank you very much.
Very good.
It was here at Montana Tech, there's a whole bunch of other stuff here about Codis, but I just want to talk about Codis personally. So Codis, if you don't know Codis, he's on the mining team. He's a kid that I just love, but the work he does for us every game day, he is here at 6 o'clock putting up the tents. He does all the work that you see on Bob Green Field. He does all the work in the hyper, whether it's commencement, things like that. He does all of it. Like, he is an insanely driven kid, and he's a senior, unfortunately, and he's going to go get a real job.
Does he have help?
But yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to say, that's a big job.
Sometimes for the other guy before he didn't, but Codis, we couldn't do it without Codis, and I love the fact that he's actually enjoying senior day here today. He'll flip the coin, and Codis and the mining team are going to England this year, as the international mining competition will be held in I want to say Cornwall, but that feels wrong. It is in England anyway.
I would believe anything you said, including London, which is the only city I think I could name.
I keep asking him if I get to go. It is Camborne. Thank you. Camborne. It's Camborne, England. My wife had to correct me. So thank you for that. And Codis is just the king. He's a guy that I absolutely adore. I could not be happier for this young man. He had a couple interviews. He probably doesn't want me to talk about the one he's excited about, but he had an interview with a company that is several thousand miles away from here.
Oh, nice.
And they're after him pretty hard, and I hope they get Codis, and I hope Codis lands the job he wants, because wherever that young man goes, it's going to be a big deal. So Codis Campbell flipping the coin. His parents are here with him. And we are ready to roll. As we talked about, Montana Tech has not lost to Northern since 2014. As we look here, the Digs have won the last 13 meetings between the two programs. They've outscored the Lights 214-19 over the last 5 games, and 536-90 over the past 10.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
It wasn't Dylan Cook, was it?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a pretty solid guess, though. Good on you.
I wasn't sure if Dylan ever did get a start up there, but I think he did.
I remember him playing.
Yeah. So, well, at least I remembered a third Northern quarterback.
There you go. So Northern will kick off. Montana Tech.
Prediction time?
As far as score?
Third house call of the year.
Levi will get it. We'll see if we do get our third here. Levi Torgerson will go to the right side. He's across the 30, a little stutter step out to the 45, 46-yard line, and the Digs will start there. So Levi Torgerson, Montana Tech, of course, starting with the football.
Another great opportunity. Records are starting to fall. The Montana Tech record book with Blake Thielen, he surpassed Mark Jensen's career touchdown pass total last weekend, and now he's got a chance at a couple other records, and one of them is touchdowns thrown in a season, and he may eclipse that today or in the next 2 weeks.
He currently is a couple behind. The record is 29, held by Mark Jensen in 1997, and currently Blake Thielen has 26 on the season. Obviously with a couple games left in the regular season and then possible playoffs. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. 1 back, 2 receivers right side. Northern puts 5 on the defensive front. Handoff right up the gut, and Landers is going to go for 11. They'll mark at 10, and that will move the chains here for Montana Tech as Landers Smith, one of the best, if not the best, running back in the country, goes straight ahead for the Digs.
Coming up to make the tackle. Otherwise, Landers Smith may be standing in the end zone. Good leg tackle, Grant O'Neill, a freshman out of Great Falls High.
And up to the line of scrimmage quickly comes Montana Tech. Blake Thielen out of the shotgun. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Every week, Blake's percentage, as far as completion percentage, continues to climb. We're going to get a flag, and that one's thrown over to the right sideline across the 40 to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, probably going to get a hold there in the backfield. A good completion that time to Johnston. Nice to see. Why can't I remember Johnston's first name?
Sorry, I was in conversation elsewhere. I apologize.
It'll come to me.
All right.
But anyway, all for naught. We're going to get a hold in that backfield.
Parker Johnston, is that who you're talking about?
Yes, thank you.
Great to have him back. Is that where you're going? I apologize. Yes. So 1st down and long after the holding penalty. Brian Torgerson coming back to sit in the stands after his son was going through senior day.
I got a little cocky. I didn't bring my Tech roster because I figure I know them all by now.
That's called karma. Levi Torgerson goes in motion, comes back towards the quarterback, and he'll get the ball. He has a blocker out in front. Landers leading the charge. Levi cuts up to the 50-yard line. He'll get 5 of the 10 penalty yards back.
Quick little end around to Torgerson. They've been running that quite a bit in the last few games. Torgerson just proven to be a weapon any way you can get the ball in his hands. And he's comfortable running in space. He's not a big guy, right? But he moves well, and he is just tough. He's tough to bring down. He's tough in space, and they just look for opportunities to get the ball in his hands any way they can.
3rd down and 15. Actually, 2nd and 15, I believe. Thielen's looking for the deep ball downfield. He has a man, Wyatt Alexander at the 20. Wyatt down down to the 17-yard line. First down yardage and more as Wyatt Alexander goes up and gets it at the 16. First and 10, Montana Tech inside the Case IH red zone.
Senior day interview, good stuff listening to Sampson talk about all his seniors, and he echoed something that you've heard me say quite a bit in the last 2 years. Blake Thielen throws the deep ball as good or better than anybody I've ever seen at Montana Tech. He understands how to complete it.
Once again, first and 10 inside the Case IH red zone at the 16-yard line. One back at home. Tight formation up front. Handoff going to go to the big man in back. Landers pushes the pile down to the 11. That's going to be a gain of 6.
Yeah, Tech seeing an even front, four-man surface. Northern not bringing a lot of pressure right now. They're just hitting, reading, and reacting, but Tech's executing really well up front. You look at Spencer there at center. So much he does at center, not just snapping the ball consistently, but they pull him a lot. They lead him a lot. He's a real effective offensive front guy.
Second down and 4. Thielen out of the shotgun. Lander stays in the back. He'll get the ball on the counter. He's across the 5, spins to the goal line. Touchdown, Montana Tech. Lander Smith gets across the goal line, and Montana Tech gets on the board.
Yeah, just like a pinball. Just like we're used to watching. Landers does such a great job of staying on his feet after contact. That time making contact, spinning a little backwards, running a little sideways, but always staying on his feet until he is forced to the ground and he gets across the goal strip.
12:22 left to play here, as the kicking unit will come in here for the Digs. So Landers gets another one. Just continues to have an outstanding senior season here for Montana Tech. As they await the kick here. Landers gets touchdown number 16 on the ground. And the Digs get on the board first. 7-0 over the lights of MSU-Northern. We have a timeout on the field, so we'll take one. We're back right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Stanger, and my specialty is adult hip and knee reconstructive surgery. I chose this specialty because it helps patients achieve their maximum functioning potential here in Butte, Montana. I like to ask the patient how their problem is impacting them, what their desires are, so that they can return back to their levels of activity. I can help patients achieve their maximum functioning potentials and, in turn, help them with their pain.
Hey, welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech as the Digs getting ready to kick off. It took 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Montana Tech went 55 yards for 7 points. And the kickoff is away. End over end deep. Bounces at the 2 and rolls through the back of the end zone.
Northern get the ball started at the 25-yard line. Led out there by their quarterback. Why can't I remember that name either? I got it somewhere here.
As far as, so we'll see who it is, because Zach Brooks is probably one of them we'll see, but we'll also probably see Ashton Platt.
Right. That's the one I was thinking of.
Okay. And it looks as though they'll come out.
Brooks to start the game here.
Yes, indeed. So Brooks will take it under center. And this is going to be more of a read option look out of the lights here today. Gets the edge, and nice run across the 30 out to the 31-yard line, a gain of 6. So much like last week, this is an option team, but it's a lot better, for lack of a better way to put it, they're a better read option team. You know, they're not going to just run the play. They're going to have responsibility for the quarterback, seeing what the defenders are doing. You're running back everybody else, and they read it a lot better than a week ago. Second down and 5. As Brooks under center. Boy, you don't see somebody under center a whole lot anymore, do you? Yeah. Wing in motion, handoff to the tailback. Gets drilled, but pushes forward, and the pile goes all the way out to the 35. That's going to be first down yardage.
Certainly not on first and second down, anything beyond the goal line, or certainly not two snaps in a row.
starting the game with just a little fly motion sweep to extend the field to the sideline and picking up 5 yards, and that time just right up the gut. Just a little ISO play up the middle, and Back does a good job keeping his legs going and getting first down yards.
Back up to the line of scrimmage we go. Once again, under center is Zach Brooks, a senior out of Wisconsin, calling the plays here. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. He's going to keep it himself. He gets hit, leans forward for a gain of 1. And there was that, you see the read option there a whole lot more, as he had a guy that, as far as the edge, he sees a hole, turns it up, and he'll pick up 2 officially.
Tried to cut that up on Wyatt. Wyatt in this option. In this option game, it looks like Wyatt's got quarterback right from middle linebacker, and he cut it up on Wyatt. Wyatt wasn't fooled and made the tackle for very little gain.
Wyatt is healthy, and that makes everyone that is an Ordigger fan very happy. 2nd down and 8. Under center once again is Brooks. Left wing in motion, handoff going to go to the tailback. Good spin move, keeps on his feet across the 40 out to the 41. Yards after contact right there for the young man running the football. As getting up off the bottom of the pile with that is Mason Dion. Dion, a junior out of Havre. Dion, their main tailback. That's his 155th carry this year.
Does the lion's share of the ball carrying for this offense, as does the quarterback, whether it is Platt or whether it is Brooks. A lot of carries between the two. You don't have to go too far into the stats to realize what they're running for an offense when you see who's carrying the ball.
3rd down and 4. 2 receivers split wide left, one to the right. Under center, is Brooks. Pressure coming. He's going to air it up right side. Curl route. Good across the 45 to the 47-yard line is Devin Shelton with the reception.
Shelton, the Frenchtown product. Haven't seen Devin Shelton since he played basketball at Frenchtown. A teammate of Montana Tech linebacker Tel Arthur on a really good Frenchtown basketball team. But after doing a little research this morning, seeing Shelton's his number 1 target. He's a big guy. Shelton's 6'5", 2 something, but it's clear he's his number 1 target. And you look out here, he's a monster there at wide receiver.
Yeah, 226 on paper, Haskey. 1st down and 10 here for the Lights. Ball on their 46-yard line. Wing in motion. Hand off to the tailback again, straight ahead. And I'll tell you, the minute they decide to turn north, they're getting some bonus extra yards, as leaning forward, picking up 4 is Mason Dion.
Yeah, you can get excited if you're Northern watching Dion carry the ball. Clearly, he's kind of like Landers Smith. You got to go low on him. You got to get into not just the knees, but down in the ankles and get those legs wrapped up, because Dion's running through arm tackles right now.
Northern, clock running here in the opening quarter. Montana Tech scored on their opening possession. The Lights trying to answer. Zach Brooks out of the shotgun, under center, rather. The senior out of Wisconsin. Wing in motion. Tech showing pressure. They're going to throw the deep pitch to the edge. Turning it upfield, out of bounds, 1st down yardage. As it looks like they'll spot him just past the sticks at the 43-yard line, so that'll move the chains. Fresh set of downs here for the Lights.
I'm sorry if I look a little confused. I'm having some serious flashbacks. I haven't seen a quarterback under center this much in my life in the booth, I don't believe. And it's taken me back to my playing days.
Yeah.
We got in the shotgun even... Yeah, I guess back in the 90s, we were an under center team. Occasionally we'd get in the shotgun, but that's kind of where it all started to evolve to almost 100% shotgun snaps. And to come back to this, a lot of times 2 backs in the backfield or 2 H-backs here, it's kind of mind-numbing.
1st down and 10, handoff to the edge. He's going to get wrapped up and taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Montana Tech's defensive front getting in there. One of the first to wrap him up, Anthony Oakes.
A lot of people have challenged Matt Wickham there on the edge, but that is, in my opinion, the number 1 breakdown tackler on this Tech defense, and they've got some good ones. But Wickham doesn't miss, and he never loses his contained responsibilities. That time he does both and gets the stop for a 1-yard loss.
2nd down and 11 here for the Lights. Obviously, running the option here, they are eating a whole lot of the clock with this opening possession. 2nd and 11. Wing in motion. They fake the deep pitch to him. Roll out, want to pass. Airs it up right side, 1-on-1. And it's almost picked off by Angel Sanchez.
such a good job on that double move. They tried to double move Shelton early in this game. He had the one stop route for an 8-yard gain, and you'd think Sanchez wasn't about to tolerate that, but he didn't bite on the pump fake and was in great position, and I have to believe that he's looking back into the sun there, and that's the reason he dropped that ball.
15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
So automatic first down, so that's going to give the Lights the ball inside the 30 down to the 29. I didn't hear what the call was.
Did they rough the passer?
Might have been. So the Digs leading 7-0. As you look at the scoreboard on your screen, we have a little score already with Carroll and Western. Otherwise, the other games scoreless as of right now. First down and 10. One receiver each way. Slot right in motion. Hand off to the tailback. Trying to find something is Dion, and not much there. He'll pick up a yard, maybe 2.
They had something there, but he ran into his lead blocker, and I don't know what happened, but my printer didn't print the last page of the Northern roster. His lead blocker that time, Damon Petrov, he ran into his lead blocker there, and it slowed him down. They had a play there off the left side, and back just ran into his lead blocker, slowed him down, and Tech's able to rally up and make the tackle for a very little gain.
Second down and 8. Zach Brooks up to the line of scrimmage once again under center. Slot right in motion once again. They're going to give him the deep pitch on the corner. Trying to find some running room. He'll go out of bounds near the 24, it looked like. And that's where they'll spot it. Third down and a manageable 5 here for the Lights. And that's been a bonus for them right now. They haven't seen third and long. If they've seen third down, they have seen third and short so far here in this football game.
Yeah, they're showing a lot of quick toss, out of a motion or a wide back. I think Montana Tech, to combat that, they're going to have to sacrifice a linebacker, get out there and maybe get some outside pressure, because it's not necessarily a lead block out there to turn that up. So what they're sacrificing is a little run support inside between the tackles.
Third down and 5 here for the Lights. Hand off to Dion. Dion gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage. He'll get a yard.
That tells me they're going to plan on going on it for fourth down.
I was just thinking the exact same thing, honestly. So Dion runs into a wall of black jerseys.
Just an inside zone belly play to the fullback. Montana Tech was all over it.
Take a look here on the replay as Dion takes it and just gets stood up.
Yeah, we'll see what they come here. I would guess maybe 1 or 2 plays. Maybe look at quick toss again to the wide side of the field, or maybe to the boundary side, trying to hook up Shelton. They got him to the boundary side over Angel Sanchez, and Sanchez is good in this situation, so we'll see.
Fourth down and 4, deep pitch to the right side, trying to get it across the 20. They do. First down yardage out of bounds for the Lights. As with the carry is going to be Smelzer.
Yeah, that's a tough cover. That's that quick toss. It's
actually it's Cale White. Excuse me.
Yeah, they're executing it really well. It's that's one good thing about coming under center. That ball can get pitched a little quicker coming out from underneath center, and they're getting it blocked to the perimeter, and they got the speed to catch the corner. Montana Tech's going to have to devote either an inside linebacker to that alley, or walk up an outside linebacker and start bringing a little pressure.
They'll spread it out a little bit. 2 receivers left. One to the right, still under center, is Brooks. Dropping back, wants to throw, rolls the pocket to his right. He gets hit as he lets go of it. Coming at him hard that time, ladies and gentlemen, was Prince. As Prince Hall Jr. came flying through and said hi.
Yeah, he wanted Sanchez against Shelton man-to-man there, but Angel's just tough, especially, he plays the lion's share of the boundary cover for this Montana Tech defense, and he just does an outstanding job. He's physical, he runs well, he understands body position on a wide out in man-to-man coverage. He's always what we call in the secondary play as on top of the route, and he does a great job.
I formation set up behind Brooks at quarterback. Handoff going to go to Dion. Dion gets corralled at the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
That's a better job. Wyatt getting through there and getting into the legs of Dion. Kind of like what we talked about earlier in this series, getting into the feet and shins and wrapping him up.
So that'll bring up second down and 9 here for the Lights. Or third down, rather. 3rd and 9. Sorry, our stick on the far side over there a little off.
Yeah, we should be third down. Yes, there you go.
So 3rd down and 9 here for the Lights. They'll spread it out again. You'd have to assume 2 down territory once again. 1 receiver each way, 1 back. Brooks under center. Dropping back, looking to throw the whole way. He's going to air it up on that side, and it's intercepted down at the 3-yard line. Spinning on, they're going to say out of bounds. Huge pick on the far side of the field.
Peyton Gonzer.
And Gonzer comes out with the ball. Montana Tech will get the turnover as Gonzer, the junior out of Great Falls High, will give the Diggs offense the ball.
That's how you play that. They're trying to hit the honey hole behind the cornerback to the boundary side. There's a honey hole there between the corner and the safety. And the quarterback, Brooks, let that float a little bit. That gave Gonzer time to get off his hash mark and get down there and pick that ball off.
They're looking for the turnover chain. They go and grab it. Trying to round it up was David Lowry. So he'll get the turnover chain, and Montana Tech will take over offensively. It looks like we have a timeout on the field, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, we'll take a quick one. We're back here to the campus of Montana Tech right after this.
Hey, Dave Brennan here with Case IH. One of the new options for model year 2024 is going to be an open spoke gauge wheel. That open spoke gauge wheel is going to be available on all 2000 series planters. That's going to help those growers in adverse conditions where they're muddy or high residue conditions minimize that plugging in and around that gauge wheel area. For more information on this new offering of open spoke gauge wheels, visit your local Case IH dealer.
We're back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech, or Digger football here on Digger Vision, taking on the Lights of MSU-Northern, the 65th meeting between the two programs. And the Digs looking at 1st and 10 just inside the 5-yard line.
Move to an odd front here, 5-man surface.
Blake Thielen out of the shotgun, dropping back. He wants the deep shot. Thielen in trouble, tries to escape. He's going to go down. Ball comes out, and that is recovered by the Lights, it looks like, from here. We get whistles aplenty. Did a knee touch possibly? Was it a safety before the ball came out?
I think this is a fumble. Ball rolled into play. I think if he maintains possession of that ball to the ground, it is a safety. But
the Skylights get it.
Yeah, he loses control of that ball, and it just bounces down inside the 1-yard line. Northern's going to have 1st and goal from maybe a foot out.
That's the deal. So the Lights will get the turnover here.
You know, we talked off air. I said, here we go. They're going to take a shot at a home run ball here, a 96-yard touchdown. But Northern stayed back in coverage. They brought a 5-man surface, an odd front, and but they tried to get Alexander down the sideline here, but Northern was in good coverage. You know, Thielen didn't like what he saw, stepped up, tried to go to a secondary route, and got sacked for the kind of the strip sack.
1st and goal, I formation behind Brooks, and goes in motion. Brooks gets hit, leans forward. He's going to break the plane. So into the end zone, the Lights will come within 1 here of Montana Tech.
Early in this game, the easiest call of the day, right? Yeah. Deion's they've done a nice job for Deion up front. They've moved the ball pretty successfully. I mean, that's the easiest call. 1st down, 1-yard line. Let's go to our horse.
Yeah, he has really moved the ball well here today for the Lights. So 7-6, Montana Tech by 1. The Lights will attempt to tie it up here.
Score change down in Dillon. Western just went up 10-7. That's going to be a hard-hitting football game down there today. I'll probably go back and watch that one tonight. Carroll's playing really good football, and Western's just tough to beat.
Deion right now has 6 carries for 17 yards. Wobbly kick, and it does get through. 7-7 our score as the Lights take advantage of a turnover, and we are tied. 3:04 left to play here in this first quarter. With the timeout, we'll take one. We are back here right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Mark, orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine here in Butte, Montana. As an athlete, I think it's important to see a sports medicine specialist as we have a different skill set than your general orthopedist in terms of restoring anatomy and restoring function in an athlete. One of the most kind of rewarding things being here in Butte is being the team doctor for Montana Tech, Western, as well as the local high schools and middle schools here in town. It's very rewarding working with the young athletes.
Trident 5550, the Case IH Combination Application System Solution. A couple of key points for model year 2024 are going to be the addition of a 135-foot spray boom for that enhanced productivity, and then Aim Command Flex 2, the ultimate in advanced spray technology, individual on-off nozzle control, a host of other features, making the most of your product application. To learn more, visit your Case IH distributor or caseih.com.
Back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech as Digger football here on a Saturday afternoon. Digger Vision with Montana Tech taking on the Lights. Tech turning it over inside the one. The Lights take advantage. Yep. Back-to-back turnovers and the Lights pounded in after they put together a real successful drive on their opening possession.
Yeah, it was a good opening drive. They got to like what they've seen over there because if there's one team, in my opinion, Carroll College is playing really good defense right now, and I would never discount what they're doing over there. But if there's one team I think that's improved game to game throughout the season defensively, it's this Montana Tech defense. And for Northern to come in and move the ball on them is saying something.
Levi Torgerson, near side, has some daylight. Stiff arm, he's out across the 50 and wrestled out of bounds.
I'm telling you. There's nobody having more fun on the football field right now than Levi Torgerson.
His all-purpose yards are bonkers. They're giving him the ball, and you should. I mean, take a look at this again. Look at how comfortable he is as he takes this. Our Case Construction instant replay, 20-yard line. Watch him let his blockers get set up, and then, boom, little daylight. And, boy.
It's hard to believe someone like that can stroke the three, too. He can shoot it. I've watched that kid shoot the ball since he was a fifth or fourth grader.
Well, and remember, that's what he came to Montana Tech for. He is here to play basketball, if you will. And he certainly will here in a couple of weeks. First down and 10, Montana Tech, a TDS first down. Handoff is going to go to the tailback. Lander Smith gets a hand down, pushes forward, pulls the pile for a gain of 3.
Yeah, a little zone read action, but Blake Thielen's about as interested in carrying that ball, pulling it and carrying it as I would be at this stage of my life. So it becomes a little easier defended play with Thielen in there, quarterback, say, versus Cade Wyant maybe coming in and running some zone read action or Wilson, the third-string quarterback. But, yeah, they do enough to keep a defense honest.
Second down and 7 here for the Digs. Ball at the Northern 47-yard line, working into the sun. Wyant goes in motion, dropping back. Pass is complete. He gets Logan Kennedy. Kennedy gets chopped down and actually didn't touch the first time. He does go down here.
Still doesn't think he's down. He's like a linebacker that makes an interception. They all of a sudden become the best running back in the nation.
Pleading his case. And that will bring up third down and 2 here for Montana Tech.
And regardless here, I think you're 4-down territory if you're Montana Tech here. So I would be real surprised if this ball doesn't get handed to Lander Smith.
Out of the shotgun. They're going to bring the formation in tight here. Dylan Snyder on the outside here on the bottom of your screen. One back at home. Tailback is going to get it. Lander Smith vaults forward, and he's going to get first down yardage.
You can tell the first adjustment in this game, Northern started an even front, 4-man surface, 3 technique, 1 technique, couple defensive ends. But clearly they have a secondary plan coming into this game. If we're having trouble stopping Tech running the football, we'll move to a 5-man surface. These last 2 series, that's what they did. They brought in, they're covering the center and the 2 guards and playing a 5-man front.
First down and 10, Montana Tech. Smith will line up on the right side. Out of the shotgun, Blake Thielen. He's going to air it up, screen on the far side with some running room out there. Nice move out to the 26-yard line. Good footwork that time as the Digs get it into the hands of Dylan Snyder, and Snyder's going to move the chains here for Montana Tech. Good looking play. As you take a look here at the Case Construction instant replay, Snyder gets it. He has good blocking out in front of him, and Snyder will race out across the 30.
Snyder looks a lot like Wyatt Alexander when he gets the ball in his hands. In fact, I thought that completion was to Alexander, but both dynamic in the open field. Snyder did a great job with that ball.
First down and 10 here for the Digs. Ball at the 26-yard line of Northern. They're going to swing it out to Torgerson. Levi, they'll get him by a foot, and they won't let go.
Smart play by Torgerson. They got him by the foot, and he looked up. He tried to drag that foot out, but he made a business decision. There was a safety with a target on his helmet coming in. Torgerson just goes to the ground and lives to see another down.
Michael Watkins had him around the ankle. Wasn't going to let him go. The redshirt freshman out of Seattle. Second down and 10 here for the Digs, and we have a quarter in the books.
That was quick.
Just like that. Montana Tech and Northern tied up 7 apiece. 1 quarter in here at Bob Green Field. We'll take a break. Second quarter coming up right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Stanger, and my specialty is adult hip and knee reconstructive surgery. I chose this specialty because it helps patients achieve their maximum functioning potential here in Butte, Montana. I like to ask the patient how their problem is impacting them, what their desires are, so that they can return back to their levels of activity. I can help patients achieve their maximum functioning potentials and, in turn, help them with their pain.
Hey, welcome back here once again. All right, here's the answer to our trivia question. You see that guy with the hat turned backwards right there? His name is Travis Dean. Travis Dean is our offensive coordinator here at Montana Tech, and Travis Dean was the last player at Northern at quarterback when they beat Montana Tech in 2014.
I wouldn't have got that in a million years. I didn't even know he played quarterback up there for some reason, and we covered him.
Yep. Thanks, Cody. Let's see here. Second down and 10 as we come back out. I stumped you.
Boy, that was a big-time stump. I wouldn't have got that. I wouldn't have got that in 100 guesses. No way.
Second down and 10 here for the Digs.
You ever see what Montana Tech does here? They're seeing a 5-man front. Now, Northern's made the adjustment. We're going to make you, Lander Smith, work for every yard, and Montana Tech's got the ability to stretch the field here and throw it around.
2 receivers left, play action, and they're looking for the deep ball right side. Pierce is the man, and that one's swatted away. Good coverage.
Yeah, that Pierce was there early. He was there early. He had the separation. Thielen was just a little late, and through no fault of his own. He was taking his drop, but by the time he got set to throw the ball, good job, make-up coverage there for Northern. Let's see here.
It was,
I think it was 24.
Austin Wilson. Or actually, no, it wasn't.
I think it was Watkins, the linebacker, ran underneath that ball. But good defensive play. Good job of making up ground while the ball's in the air.
Third down and 3 here for the Digs. They're going to run split backs.
It's 10.
Or 3rd and 10.
Yes.
I don't know what I was saying. Out of the shotgun, Thielen takes the snap, airs it up, spin back to the left side. Levi Torgerson off to the races. Torgerson inside the 5, out of bounds at the 4. Fresh set of downs, 1st and goal. Montana Tech at the 4-yard line inside the Case IH red zone.
Torgerson family's making money, and however, he's got to be careful what he says up there, right? He's probably telling those guys, good job.
Yep. Nice work.
Hope your parents and grandparents come consider us for some Case farming equipment.
Did you see the equipment over across the way there? We can get it to you with some special financing.
I think Torgy's offering up maybe a discount on that baler over there.
1st and goal from the 5. Thielen out of the shotgun. Heavy formation to the wide side of the field. Hand off to Smith. Smith bounces right. Lander Smith is into the end zone again.
That's good. That's a good piece of running. Northern knows he's going to get the ball there. Landers looks play side, but the wineback, which he does a great job of on inside zone. The wineback, he doesn't only do it quick, even if he's got to change direction in the backfield, but he is vertical quickly, and he arrives in really, really bad humor.
You know, he is so strong and he hits so violently that you kind of get lost how good his footwork is. I mean, he has just phenomenal footwork, and certainly showed it again there.
I would have never faked an injury, but if I was in that secondary, I would. I'm going to take this down. Last thing I want to do is
full head of steam, try and get head to head.
Collide with Lander Smith all day.
We have a player down in the end zone here with the trainers. Lander Smith, 17th touchdown of the year.
Rob Haskett, thank you.
It's Rob.
Ty Starkle chiming in with the misspelling of my first name. It is a tough name to spell.
I mean, it is.
In their defense.
Yeah. Barrett, my friend, it's Ron.
I'm surprised the back end of that isn't Haskett. Thanks, Ty.
Well, that's just me. I'm the one who actually told him how to spell that. So
thank you.
I thought it all these years. I thought it's Ron.
P squared.
So again, an injured player down here on the field. As a Montana Tech leading 13-7. Lander Smith, 6 carries, 37 yards, 2 touchdowns. That brings him to 17 on the year.
Can't tell that is. It looks like not an offensive front body, right? It looks like a smaller body down there in the end zone. I'm just having trouble picking up a number.
You know, kind of continuing with Lander's 17 touchdowns, fast approaching some records of his own. You know, the last guy to get up towards 20 touchdowns for Montana Tech was Nolan Saraceni. He had a year 18, and then a year he had 19. The overall touchdown leader in Montana Tech history at running back, of course, Don Heater. He had 25 in a season. And it's Levi Torgerson.
Levi's walking it off, a little bit of a limp, like tweaked a knee or an ankle.
Yeah, sorry, Levi. You've got to get healthy. You got to play. So Levi slowly to the sidelines, being helped by Coach Sampson and Coach Hyatt, I believe. And Coach Hyatt came running out on the field as well.
Yeah, I'm quite certain that isn't going to change his career dunks at Montana Tech. But, yeah, he seems to be walking better with every step down there.
Good to see Levi get to the sideline under his own power, and like I say, kind of picking up a little more momentum as he goes.
My thoughts go out to the folks, Brian, of course, who played here when I first started coaching one of my receivers. We dealt with some concussion type stuff, and it forced him to quit the game that he loved a little earlier in his college career. And then you think of the trials and tribulations of Coach Torgerson, Cody, the outside linebackers coach here at Montana Tech. He had an ankle they could never figure out. I mean, straight to the Mayo Clinic, never figure out. And then, the couple injuries to Kyle. And then you got Levi out there, and you think of Brian and Tammy Torgerson here in the stands going, oh, my goodness, not another one.
First and goal from the 4. So up to the line, the kicking unit here after the Lander Smith touchdown. I got lost in where we were there for a moment. So Montana Tech for the PAT. The kick is up, and the kick is through. So Montana Tech goes up 14-7. Frontier Conference action here on Digger Vision. So again, Lander Smith, 6 carries, 37 yards. Thus far, Blake Thielen has 78 yards through the air. He's 6 of 7 throwing the football.
Do you know which Montana Tech coach is in charge of PAT field goal? Do you know? Because they assign each coach to a different special team.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't. And it's kind of I don't want to say they do it all kind of communal, but that's kind of the feeling.
My thought would be Danny Thatcher, the O-front coach. But whoever it is does a great job. That's a well-oiled machine, that PAT field goal team of Montana Tech.
Agreed. Western leading Carroll, as you see down there.
It is quick, and it's executed really well. They do a good job up front. They protect it well. And, it's just
that one. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. The one on the bottom right, that Eastern Southern.
Yeah, that's probably 20 minutes from kickoff, would you think?
That'd be my guess. That could be very interesting. So Montana Tech will kick off. Zach Brooks at quarterback for Northern is 1 of 3 for 5 yards. Mason Dion has 7 carries for 18 yards. Jeremiah Benson has 3 carries for 15 yards for the Lights. And the kick is away, end over end. It'll be fielded at the 1. The return across the 10, tripped up at the 11. Tremendous job by the Bullet. Getting down there, making that stop.
That might be Renner. Or Dylan Graham, excuse me. Graham, yeah.
Graham out of Helena.
Helena Capital.
That's the deal.
Got to carry the ball here a few times in the last few weeks. Does a great job there at running back, and, of course, a key component on special teams. Now we'll see what Montana Tech does if they make any adjustments to this Northern offense. You know, they've got to see a series, right, and then a goal line play, but still a 4-man front out of Tech. We'll see what they do to contain the perimeter toss game that Northern's been running.
1st and 10. They come out in the wing, 1 receiver on each side of the formation. Hand off to Dion. He'll dive forward across the 15. I like when he's carrying the football that he is wasting no time going sideways. He is getting upfield as quickly as he can, and he's getting good yardage out of it.
Yeah, good. And a really good fast field job that time by Wyant. So Wyant's going to be reliant there at middle linebacker. He's going to be the point man on stopping that inside belly play, but he needs his 2 defensive tackles there, his 1 technique and 3 technique, to eat up blocks, to keep blockers off him so he can tackle Dion one-on-one.
2nd down and 6. Northern to the line of scrimmage. Brooks again under center. Left wing in motion, handoff, play action. Quarterback's going to kick it out on the edge. And they're going to get 1st down yardage out to the 25-yard line.
The option.
I thought,
the option.
There's a pair of yellow shoes out there that I thought was a flag for a moment. No flag on the play. The option pitch to the right side, and that's going to move the chains here for the Lights.
Executed really good by Brooks. He got down the line of scrimmage, and he waited till he was challenged. Montana Tech tried to slow play him, and he attacked, and he stayed downhill. That's what you got to do on option. You got to stay flat or downhill and force that guy to commit to you or the pitch. And he was really patient with it, got the ball pitched at the perfect time.
Yeah, if you don't, it all depends on the quarterback. I mean, there's so much of that hangs on him. 2nd down, or 1st and 10 rather. Spinning out on the right side. And out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
Northern's blocking that perimeter really well. They're doing a nice job there at receiver, getting hat on hat out there on cornerbacks and the fast fill guys, and letting their backs turn the corner.
2nd down and 6 here for the Lights. Ball right at the 30-yard line. We're in the 2nd quarter. Again, thanks for joining us here on a Saturday afternoon. As right now, Northern up to the line of scrimmage. 1 receiver on each side of the formation. Brooks under center. He'll step out for a moment. Now gets back under center. Right wing in motion, handoff, play action. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he'll push the pile out to the 35.
I'll tell you who's enjoying this is my father-in-law. Hopefully he's watching over there in Anaconda. This is a lot of what they ran back in Anaconda when he was head football coach back in the late 80s, early 90s. A couple receivers, couple wing backs, a split T, maybe you'd call it. Yeah. A lot of, you think of teams like Georgia Tech in the past, Air Force in the past. Yep. And it's a headache. I mean, you've literally got to defend sideline to sideline, and you can't fall asleep between the guards.
1st down and 10 here for the Lights. As up to the line of scrimmage they go. Fresh set of downs here for MSU-Northern. They fake the pitch, roll out right side, looking to pass. Calling for help. Now he's going to run with it. Brooks out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and the flag comes in.
They caught Montana Tech. Oaks on an inside rush. He was chasing that toss sweep. They caught him on an inside rush. So he immediately loses contain on the bootleg, and Brooks is able to turn the corner a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, it's just, it's assignment football defending what they're doing right now, and you just can't get careless. You just can't, because you can get exposed so fast it's not even funny.
So the personal foul will give Northern another 1st down at the Montana Tech 47-yard line. Take a look at it here on our Case Construction instant replay. Rolling out. He's calling for help there. And then just to the sidelines. And Matt Whitcomb is...
Good sell job by Brooks. Whitcomb just gave him a little love tap.
Hand off to the tailback. Dion to the 45-yard line. And They'll give him just across the stripe, so a pickup of 2.
That's Wyant in there again. It's going to be a busy day. He'll have a nice stiff set of shoulders and neck in the morning because it's going to be a busy day defending just the dive portion of whatever you want to call it, if it's an option game or a toss game or a belly game, but it's all coming right directly at him.
Second down and 7. Montana Tech leading 14-7 here in the second quarter. As up to the line of scrimmage come the Lights once again. They've run the ball pretty effectively here today. They've run 21 plays, 74 yards thus far. Handoff, end around, and this is going, actually tremendous second effort. I thought it was going to be a big negative. And great work out there by Kale White. And White will get back to the line of scrimmage.
Just a little stutter step there. Montana Tech had that thing defended perfectly for a loss of yards, but White made just a good little stutter step to the inside and bellied it out and was able to at least turn the corner. But 3rd and long, we'll see if this Montana Tech defense, what they do here. I would expect, I don't know, they may try and go toss here, right? But I would expect them to throw the ball.
Northern is 2 of 4 on 3rd downs thus far. They're looking at 3rd and 8 right now. Montana Tech, 4 guys on the defensive front showing pressure. Handoff going to go to the tailback. And Dion is going to get shut down after a gain of 2. Going to bring up 4th down and 5 here for the Lights.
That's really good discipline. Interior, second level of defense. Wyant, and I don't know who's in there with him. Is it, 40? Why can't 40 come to mind for me? Oh, DeVos. DeVos standing up there with him. And that's good discipline football. You can expect a lot of things there, toss and all that. You certainly aren't expecting just the dive up the middle, but they didn't fall asleep and made the stop.
They actually pulled the stick back a little bit. 4th down and 6 here for the Lights.
I would expect just a long count here. I don't think Northern will snap the ball here. I think they're going to try and get an eager Montana Tech defense off sides.
Ooh. And they're going to run deep pitch to the right side, turning it upfield. White gets tripped up, turnover on downs.
That's speaking of Downs, that's Jaden Downs coming up there from Sanchez, excuse me.
Yep, Angel playing with another big play. So Angel Sanchez had a shot at an interception earlier. And the senior will trip that one up, and Montana Tech will get a turnover on downs. You see the deep pitch?
A cornerback that is just vital on the run support and the perimeter support of this defense.
It is Downs. You were right. And I didn't see it till right when his jersey turned, but it was.
Yeah. And Coach Sampson in his senior interview talked about how good he is as a physical corner, not just a cover guy that's got 5 interceptions on the year, but he'll come up and support that defense against a running attack.
1st down and 10 here for Montana Tech, turnover on downs. Pierce goes in motion to the right side of the formation. And the handoff. As leaning downhill, Landers Smith out to the 45-yard line. He had Big Kurgan out in front of him. He'll pick up 5 on the ground.
Yeah, Spencer Lehert's coming up and making the tackle, and that's how you get Landers Smith to the ground. I mean, you don't have to focus on anything above the mid-shin. He comes into his legs and gets him drugged to the ground.
Landers Smith, 7th carry of the day. Again, he has both of the touchdowns for Montana Tech at this point, giving him 17 on the season.
Landers.
Blake Thielen out of the shotgun. 2nd down and 5. Ball on the right hash mark. Pitch is going to go in the backfield, and off to the races is Renner. Renner at the 30, 25-20. Renner keeps his feet. Renner is into the end zone. Touchdown, Montana Tech. Ethan Renner, the senior out of Laurel, Montana, races 55 yards for the score, and Montana Tech goes up 20-7.
Senior interview, Sampson talks about his breakaway speed. Now, he's dealt with some leg injuries since he's been at Montana Tech, so maybe slowed down a little bit, but you got a taste of it there. He got into the open field and fought off a leg tackle at about the 15-yard line and goes to the end zone for 6.
Ethan Renner gets the touchdown. The running back by committee is paid off big time here for Montana Tech this year.
I'm a huge fan of that at all levels.
Kicking unit. And the kick is away. It hits the uprights and is no good. 20-7 our score. Montana Tech up over the Lights of MSU-Northern. We'll take a break. Second quarter action will continue after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Stanger, and my specialty is adult hip and knee reconstructive surgery. I chose this specialty because it helps patients achieve their maximum functioning potential here in Butte, Montana. I like to ask the patient how their problem is impacting them, what their desires are, so that they can return back to their levels of activity. I can help patients achieve their maximum functioning potentials and, in turn, help them with their pain.
Back here to the campus of Montana Tech, Frontier Conference football. The Digs go up 20-7 over the Lights of MSU-Northern. Kicking unit is in here for the Digs as they'll put toe into it. End over end deep. That will hit 2 yards deep and roll through the back of the end zone. Again, thanks for joining us. Senior Day, 23 seniors for Coach Kyle Sampson and the Ore Diggers. And some absolute staples. I mean, like you said earlier, guys it feels like we've talked about for 10 years. Right. I mean, there's some guys that are going to absolutely live in infamy in our Hall of Fame. You look at the impact that this class has had top to bottom, and it's pretty staggering.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of really, really good football players, students, quality human beings that are going to be sorely missed.
1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Brooks under center. One receiver each way. Wing in motion. Hand off to Dion. Dion straight ahead. He'll get 2.
They're crashing hard. Prince Nelson?
Prince Hall.
Or, excuse me, not Prince Nelson. Prince Hall coming down from defensive end to the wide side of the field. He's caving that down. So, they'll look upstairs, and you may see a pull and a pitch in some kind of end around or something to keep him playing more honest on the backside there, because if you want the quarterback, he chases the quarterback down there, right? Yeah. So if the quarterback's pulling it there, he still makes the play in the backfield.
2nd down and 8 here for the Lights. One receiver on each side of the formation. Tech with 4 on the line of scrimmage. They're going to run reverse. And caught in the backfield. Prince will tear out the uniform and haul him down.
I didn't think they would do it right away. But, yeah, that's coming straight from the top. This is all stuff that I used to have to watch for. Did I? Yeah, not always. But this was stuff that Ron Richards used to tell me, you should be watching this and that. But they come to it right away. Prince Nelson's not falling asleep.
Prince Hall, tremendous play from the edge.
Good job, Mr. Nelson. I'm going to be calling him Nelson all day now.
2 handfuls of jersey and hauls him down. He's another one that I just love that kid. He tore his quad, which he had done previously in his career. We didn't think that he would see the football field this year. It's a long process to get back, and he worked his tail off. Pressure coming. Brooks rolling right. Airs it up downfield, and that one is out of play. So that'll bring up 4th down, and one would assume the punting unit in here for the Lights.
Yeah, I think Montana Tech's made adjustments and is defending the interior running game, the exterior, the perimeter running game now. Now you're forcing Northern to throw the football. That's where you want this offense. You want them forced to throw, and because I just by stats and looking at previous box scores, they don't like to throw the ball. They want to run it.
One guy back to return. Punting unit is in. Punter standing at the 4-yard line.
Who do we get back here?
I can't tell.
Torgerson back, not on the field.
I don't know if it's JoJo or if it is Levi. Roll out punt. And out there to get the return is Ian Galbraith. That one will bounce. And picked up by Galbraith, and he'll be corralled back at the 42-yard line. Some words being exchanged.
A little dust up on the sideline there. That almost looked like a horse collar tackle of Galbraith. Not called, so they had obviously had a closer look at it than I did.
I like his decision to grab that because it went into kind of a pile of bodies, and there's a real chance.
A Northern guy did a Colt Anderson. He steered the guy right and made him bump the ball. That was a heads-up play by Galbraith.
So Galbraith grabbing that thing, even though some guys were coming with a full head of steam.
I don't know if that's a Colt Anderson, but I named that play after Colt.
All those in favor, say aye.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye. 1st and 10. Thank you. You don't listen very well, do you?
No.
1st and 10.
If you need confirmation on that, go down to West Side Boulevard.
1st and 10 from the Montana Tech 46. The Digs up 20-7. Out of the shotgun, play action, rolling right. Drops it off to the tight end, Logan Kennedy. Stiff arm. Kennedy has some running room and a blocker. Kennedy, 35, slides down to the 29.
There's been great stiff arms in our days up here, but nobody loves to do it more than Kennedy.
Agreed. I mean, we talk about Levi having fun. I'm not sure that anybody has more fun than Logan Kennedy. It just, as a guy that brings a smile to your face, just a really good athlete, great person. And, I mean, he's had a great career, and this senior year is just continuing to build. He's just having such a phenomenal year.
He just loves it. I mean, you can just tell. You talk to him for 5 minutes, and he really loves this game.
Timeout.
It looks like we're going to get a timeout here for Northern. You know, you talk about how the game changes and how you get better. You look at Logan's career, and he's always been a very good pass-catching tight end. But even in the years past, we've talked about the fact that he's kind of the receiving tight end, not as much the blocking tight end. And this year, he has taken a ton of, pride in his blocking ability and making sure he can, and has really blossomed in that area in a big way.
Yeah, I mean, because he's got guys lurking behind him that are big humans that are blocking guys. I think a guy like that's playing, we've seen him a little bit, Luke Below, or Below,
yep.
you know. So, yeah, you got to work on all facets if you want to stay on that football field. It's kind of like playing wide out at Montana Tech. If you're not going to block, you're not going to see the field.
Yeah.
You know, getting back to what you were talking about with Prince Hall and his injury and how he got back, I had an interesting talk with Kate Schliemann. So he's a redshirt freshman D-front guy from Butte High, Coach Schliemann's son, who had to have shoulder surgery. And he talked about the culture up here and how supportive and the resources they have for him to come back from that surgery, and how supportive the head coach and all that is to injured players. He said it's remarkable. You know, that's a huge statement.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Montana Tech fakes the pitch, dropping back, Thielen. They're going to set it across the middle. Logan Kennedy with another catch. Great stiff arm, but fighting through it and getting the tackle that time. Nice job getting him at the ankles, as Lucas Thacker will get the tackle.
Yeah, Thacker is he's a two-way player for this Northern team too, I believe. He's had some carries in the past, but certainly one of their leaders on defense. He may be their leading tackler, but yeah, good job, because
After the play was over,
we mentioned Kennedy's stiff arm. He laid him out, but in his efforts, Thacker was able to drag him down by the ankles.
Unsportsmanlike against Northern after the play. There's some pretty significant jawing going on here between the two.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's drive you nuts as a coach, but at the same time, coaches realize that kind of fire, that kind of enthusiasm and all that's pretty healthy for your football team.
20-7 our score. Montana Tech trying to extend that lead. 1st down and 10 from the 14-yard line inside the Case IH red zone. Blake Thielen out of the shotgun. He's 8 for 9 today. He'll hand it off straight ahead across the 10, pushing the pile down to the 5 is Lander Smith. Blake Thielen hit 88.5% of his passes last week. That's a pretty good day at the office.
Nice day at the office is right. And he really spread it around.
Yeah. So 2nd down and 2 here for the Digs. Ball just shy of the 11-yard line. Clock running. Very quick first half thus far. Obviously, it's been the bulk of it's been on the ground.
Pretty tight split by Alexander here. We'll see if they don't try and fade him to the corner.
2 receivers left. In motion, Wyatt Alexander. Handoff, play action. Thielen rolling into the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown, Montana Tech. That's a big-time play as they go to the back of the end zone that time. And it looks like Zalewski.
Yep,
Zalewski will get the score. Zalewski, the redshirt sophomore out of Florence.
Probably his first touchdown, correct?
I would think so.
You can check some boxes in these games. You know, if you get out to a lead, and Montana Tech's been playing with a lead for a lot of weeks now. And they're getting a lot of guys their first everythings, right? And Zalewski gets probably, I think it's his first touchdown.
I would think so. And Zalewski, you know, just a tremendous career down to Florence, a couple state championships. Snap and kick are up, and the kick is through. Montana Tech goes up 27-7.
4 minutes left to play here in this first half with the timeout. We'll take a quick one. We're back after this.
Back here once again at the campus of Montana Tech. We are on Digger Vision. Thanks for joining us here on a Saturday afternoon. We could not have asked for better weather to this point in the Frontier Conference this season. This has been another phenomenal day here in the mining city.
Next week doesn't look too bad either. It's going to be lower temperatures, I think in the mid to low 30s. But as far as precipitation, participation, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whichever.
It's supposed to be a livable week. Yeah, they've had a great season of weather here at home.
Diggs up by 20. And the kick is away. That one's going to bounce at the 1 yard line, jump straight in the air. They're going to be forced to make the return, spinning at the 10-yard line out to the 14. Forced to take that one out that time, as with the return, I believe, was Wolstad.
And Shaw Davis is waving that thing off, waving him off, thinking that's flying into the end zone. It landed at the 1 yard line and didn't go anywhere.
It was a Phil Mickelson pitch. It just kind of stuck. So that will put the Lights at their 14-yard line. And they'll get back out and get underway here. They have run 28 offensive plays for 73 yards. Montana Tech has run 20 offensive plays for 211 yards to this point. Brooks under center. One receiver each way. Wing left goes in motion. And the handoff to the tailback. And again, they get good push forward. He's going to get a gain of nearly 5.
Somebody lost a shoe.
My shoe. Going back to pick up the flipper.
I don't know if you noticed, I lost both of mine.
that explains so much. Preston Stafford, a freshman out of Arizona. We'll have to replace his Velcro. It'll be all right. 2nd down and 6 here for the Lights.
Yeah, it isn't sexy, and it's not even necessarily real pretty, but how many times have we said, especially when Montana Tech plays that good defense, 2nd and 5 or 6 is a good number.
Yeah. Good pitch and catch. 1st down yardage across the 30 out to the 34-yard line, as with the reception for the Lights is going to be Devin Shelton. Junior out of Frenchtown hauls in another one, and that'll move the chains here for the Lights.
Just a quick slant, no play action, just a throw and catch, trusting your number 1 guy against a Montana Tech defense that at this point just doesn't want to get caught sleeping, right? They're going to give a little bit of this underneath until they see a few more pass attempts or completions, and then Sanchez will squeeze up on that a little tighter. But, yeah, you just don't want to fall asleep here and get stung.
The Lights' 8th first down here of this first half. 2:35 left to play in the first half. Remember, we do have a 2-minute timeout coming up. Handoff again to the tailback. And still on his feet going right. As breaking this one off is Dion. Dion down the sideline. He'll get hauled down at the 3-yard line. Boy, that's a good-looking play as Dion finds the edge and just takes off.
And how often do we say it? You know, it doesn't look sexy and it doesn't look great, but eventually one will pop. You know, and you just got to trust the process. And they did. They just kept the ball in the belly to Dion right up the middle, and one popped.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage, clock running, down to 2:08 left to play in the first half. Handoff to the tailback. He'll get stood up at the 30-yard line. With the carry that time, I do believe, was Shaw Davis.
He's such a good tackler. Wickham is such a good tackler. Watch him take this back on. Zach thinks he's going to steamroll him. And Wickham just puts him in reverse.
Rules are not in effect.
So with the 2-minute timeout, we'll go ahead and keep it here. We have some scores on the bottom there again. Montana Western leading Carroll 13-7. Arizona Christian up over Rocky 10-0. And then, like I say, that Eastern Southern game, I assume, basically just getting started. I believe that one is in Ashland.
That must have been, did you already say that? Well, that must have been a noon kickoff down there in Dillon?
Yeah, it would have been. No lights.
Gotcha.
Yep, no lights. So Western up 13-7. What's your take on this? Because obviously we don't know as far as what the playoff picture and everything looks like. If you're Montana Tech right now, in your opinion, who do you want anyone specifically to win that game?
No, you know what you want? You want them to knock the living you-know-what out of each other. And that's what's happening down there. I mean, there's no doubt that's what's happening down there. But Western's got 1 conference loss. Carroll's got 0 conference losses. I think Carroll, a couple things. If they win one of their last 2 games, they're not only in the tournament, but they probably win the conference.
If they win one of 2, they'll win the conference.
Or no, Western has a chance to win because they got 1 conference loss, right?
Yep.
And they would win the head. It's the first tiebreaker head-to-head, probably?
I would assume.
Yeah, so it's just what I'm trying to say here, it's going to be difficult for Montana Tech with 2 conference losses to win the conference. But they can come out of here as the number 2 and still a top 10 ranked team.
Yeah. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, so regardless, you might look at that and say, hey, the conference champion's going to come out of that game. You just want them to knock the crap out of each other.
Air it up right side, pass complete and caught to Shelton. It's going to be close to first down yardage, but I do believe just a little bit short.
They don't even throwing the ball. They don't even look anybody else's direction besides Devin Shelton. He's easy to find. You struggle throwing the football, a big target. A lot of times you see teams with inexperience at quarterback or someone that may be struggling and this and that, they always go to the easy guy to find.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Dion, and he is going to get smothered.
Dion is stood up by Oaks.
It was Oaks, yeah.
That is a monster play by Oaks right in the trenches. Going to lose a yard. 4th down and 2. Take a look at this. Big hit by Oaks.
And
that was violent.
These guys are being challenged on the sideline. I'll guarantee you their D coordinator, when they meet down here between the benches, he's saying, hey, guys, they're kind of running through us a little bit right now. Hey, let's game up. And you could see the extra effort. I mentioned the play before. Whitcomb stood him up and put him in reverse, and that time Oaks doing the same thing. They're getting a little bit of a talking to on that sideline, I think.
4th down and 2. Hand off straight to Dion, and actually quarterback, it looks like, kept it. There's a pile, but I don't think they're going to get it. I think this is going to be another turnover on downs. Montana Tech's defensive front holds.
That's Dion. He was met, and they tried what they could. They tried to get some O-lineman help, and the quarterback tried to help him for another yard or 2, but good job defensively by that Montana Tech defensive front.
Huge.
And led up there in the middle by Cole Wyant.
And that's a big-time play by that defensive front. So, again, the Montana Tech defense will hold their 2nd turnover on downs, and the offense will take over here. Take a look at the big wall as they run into that, and there's just nowhere to go. I mean, Dion trying to find his way forward, and just no daylight at all. So the Digs, 1st down and 10. They do have 3 timeouts here with 47 seconds remaining in the first half.
This is plenty of time for this offense.
Wyatt Alexander in motion. Looking right, pass complete to Lander Smith out of the backfield. He'll get chopped down at the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 7. Another thing that Landers does exceptionally well is catches the football.
Catches the ball. He plays a lot like, especially in the passing game. To me, it looks a lot like Chad Roesti used to back in the 90s. A very, very similar game.
2nd down and 3. Dropping back, Thielen now pushed out of the pocket, going left. It looks like he's going to run with it. Thielen will get 1st down yardage and escape out of bounds. Fresh set of downs, 33 seconds left to play here in the first half.
Yeah, good job by Thielen. Didn't like what he saw there. Was chased out of the pocket. Realized real quickly, I got to get that 1st down, and most importantly, move the sticks and get the clock stopped.
1st down and 10 here for the Digs after Thielen's scramble. Thielen has thrown for 118 yards today. 3-step drop. Looking for the deep ball. Now he'll check it off, cross the middle, pass complete down to the 42-yard line, and I believe that's Zalewski again.
Yeah, that was good patience by Thielen. He just had to wait. Zalewski had to cross the entire football field and finally cleared coverage just at the numbers. And Thielen was patient and picked him up.
Yeah, nice job by Zalewski. That's a long route. As you mentioned, he goes all the way across the field.
Now you're really in business. 25 seconds, 3 timeouts. You can use the whole field here, your entire offense here, and you just got to be real quick to get the timeout.
1st down and 10 here for Montana Tech. 1 back, 3 receivers. As Blake Thielen out of the shotgun. Pressure coming. Thielen in trouble, steps up in the pocket, gets away, drops it off underneath. And across the 30-yard line down to the 29-yard line is Logan Kennedy. That will stop the clock to move the chains. Montana Tech 1st and 10.
That was a good step up by Thielen that time. Yeah. They bluffed. Northern bluffed pressure to the wide side of the field, but then brought it from the boundary side outside David Blitz. And Thielen picked it up real quick, got stepped up, and found his back.
17 seconds on
Good looking play that time by Montana Tech. Logan Kennedy pulls in his 3rd catch of the day. 33 yards here on the day for him.
Not his back, his tight end, but yeah, Kennedy's had a nice half a football here.
Yeah, so, and actually Peach throwing it out there. Landers has the same number as Roesti. Yeah. And you know who else wore number 36 that had that look about him? Skylar Knuchel.
Skylar Knuchel. And, wait, Caleb Zimmerman was 39, I believe.
We're too old to remember these things. 17 seconds remaining here in this first half. Montana Tech up 27-7. Montana Tech, as of right now, let me take a look here. Run 24 offensive plays, 259 yards, as they're averaging 10.8 yards per play.
Yeah, and they got the whole football field still. 2 timeouts, 16 seconds. Excuse me, they put another second on, 17 seconds. So I would look, you know, they're getting a lot of shell coverage here, half-field safety type stuff. I would look for Montana Tech to try and get a deep dig route here, something crossing between the hash marks. It's going to be tough to complete one down the sidelines right now.
First down at 10. 1 back, 3 receivers. Blake Thielen out of the shotgun. Pressure coming. Play action pass. Thielen rolling left. He has time. He airs it up downfield. It's underthrown and almost intercepted.
Should have been intercepted. Yeah. That's another interception attempt, looking right back into the sun.
Wyatt Alexander, the intended target that time.
Really good defensive play. That time by Laners. Yeah, he'd want that back, but that's tough. That sun where it's at right now is very difficult.
Second down at 10 here for the Digs. Thielen only his 2nd incomplete pass on the day. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Lander Smith in the backfield with Blake Thielen. Northern brings 4 up to the defensive front, showing blitz, and they back out. Thielen, right side, pass completes, and we're going to get a flag down, and I think Logan Kennedy.
I think he was held.
Yeah, I think he got drugged to the ground.
Yeah, but it'll get declined. Montana Tech, a nice gainer there. They got it down to the 17-yard line. 5 seconds left. We'll see what they do here.
You take a shot and then bring the unit in, maybe?
I don't know if 5 seconds is enough to take a shot to get somebody to the end zone.
Okay.
Unless it's just literally a fade. But you're not going to get press man coverage and a chance to run a fade here. So I think regardless, I think you're running the field goal team out here. You don't need to get the field goal, the kicker any closer here.
That penalty declined. Results of the play.
Yep, penalty is declined.
Timeout. Montana Tech.
And Montana Tech will call a timeout. 5 seconds left to play here in the first half. The Digs up 27-7. As we approach halftime here, Western leading Carroll 13-7, as you see there in the third. Arizona Christian up over Rocky 10-0.
The only thing that concerns me here, if you're going to run a play, is, you know, you can get there. Not that you don't trust Blake Thielen, but if he takes time to even pump fake, clock's out, right? Regardless of what he sees. So if he's going to pump fake something, it's got to be hit or miss, touchdown or go into the locker room with 27 points. So I think that's what I would do. If you want to run a play here on 4th down, I think you would double move Alexander. The defense thinking, oh, they're just going to try and get 5 more yards here. They may get a little eager and step up on a ball. But, yeah, it's swing for the fence or go home, and we see Montana Tech ran their kicking team on.
Yep, so the field goal unit will come in. They'll mark it at the 24-yard line, so a 34-yard attempt just inside the right hash mark. First down. And with 5 seconds left, the kicking unit, 34-yard attempts. Montana Tech leading 27-7. And the kick is on its way. Plenty of leg, and the kick is through. 30-7, our score at the half as Montana Tech up over the lights of MSU-Northern. Frontier Conference action here on a gorgeous Saturday in Butte, Montana. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you the numbers, talk about the first half and more after this.
Hudson, your new man cave is sweet.
Come watch the game.
Dude, they're gonna score.
Man cave, lady lounges, whatever you call them, Steele's Furniture has exactly what you need to make your room come to life. Shop our Man Cave showroom today for ideas to upgrade your bar set, fireplace, TV, recliner, furniture set, and refrigerator. Steele's Furniture, making man caves happen for 87 years.
Nucor is a great company. They care about their people. They care about the environment.
I've never been restricted to fall in a box. I've never been told that I can't do something.
I saw it as a great opportunity to develop a career.
You create your own destiny at Nucor.
We're building something bigger out here at Nucor. Come join us.
Welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. As you see the replay underway, we are at the half. Montana Tech leading 30-7. Haskey, give me your rundown of the first 30 minutes of this one.
Well, believe it or not, I'm pretty impressed with the Northern's plan. You know, their running game, I didn't know what they did, coming into this game. I didn't know what they did offensively. I don't hate what they're trying to do. Now, Montana Tech's made some adjustments defensively, and they're going to force Northern to do a little more than just run toss or belly. The inside handoff. They tried a little option. Not much air, but they're going to force Northern to throw the ball. So, but Northern stayed patient. They continued to do what they wanted to do, and you eventually saw Dion break off a nice run, but yeah, I mean, it's the Tech's a good football team. It's going to, Northern, let's be frank, I don't think Northern's going to win this football game. But you can work on some things against a really good team or well-coached team and try and build some momentum into that next game of the year, right? So, yeah, and Montana Tech looks like a pretty well-oiled machine. The one turnover cost them 7 points. But I like how Montana Tech's adjusted defensively. And I like what they're doing on offense. I think they're not getting cute. They're just trying to execute their offense, both in the throwing game and the running game, to stay sharp for what's going to turn out to be a huge game down here against Carroll next weekend.
Yeah, that is the case. As 30 minutes in the books, Montana Tech leading 30-7. Let's take a look at the numbers. We'll start things off for the Lights out of MSU-Northern. They have run 35 offensive plays for 136 yards, averaging 3.9 yards a play. They have 10 first downs in the first half. Zach Brooks throwing the football is 4 of 7 for 37 yards. He has thrown 1 interception so far today. On the ground, Mason Dion has 16 carries, 74 yards and a score. He has ran hard the whole game and has ran really well, I think, for the Lights thus far. Cale White, 5 carries for 12 yards. Zach Brooks, 2 for 5, and Jeremiah Benson, 4 carries for 5 yards. Receiving, Devin Shelton has caught 3 passes for 26, I have the hiccups. And Cale White has 1 catch for 11 yards for the Lights so far here in the first half of play. On the other side for Montana Tech, they have run 26 offensive plays, 271 yards, 10.4 yards a play for Montana Tech. They have moved the chains 15 times so far here today. Blake Thielen is 13 of 15 through the air for 165 yards and a score. On the ground, Ethan Renner has 1 carry for 54 yards and a score. Lander Smith has 8 carries for 49 yards and 2 scores. Blake Thielen has 2 carries for 3 positive yards so far on the ground. Receiving-wise, Logan Kennedy has 4 catches for 47 yards. Wyatt Alexander, 2 for 45. Zalewski has 2 for 27 and a score. Levi Torgerson, 3 for 26. Dylan Snyder, 1 for 13. And Lander Smith, 1 out of the backfield for 7 yards so far here today. So, again, Montana Tech, 26 offensive plays, 271 yards. 35 offensive plays and 136 yards for the Lights in that first half.
Yeah, they're making their numbers. Montana Tech is now getting into the second half. You don't want to fall asleep. We mentioned in the first half, defensively against Northern, you have to play assignment football. There's no doubt about it. It's a belly game with a pitch game, whether it's an option pitch or a toss pitch. But you've got certain guys on the defense responsible for certain things. Guys got quarterback, guys got
Guys got dive. Guys got pitch. How are you gonna slow play or force the option? You know those kind of things. So you want to answer the bell to assignment football. Get up and make plays. Execute tackles. Build on your lead and get some more youth some playing time.
Well, and as we make our way towards the end of the season, Montana Tech, number 10 in the country, they will host Carroll College next week. And we will have that for you, of course, here on Digger Vision as Montana Tech and Carroll College will meet for the second time. The first game in Helena was a non-conference game. And, of course, this game coming up a week from today will be a conference matchup here on Bob Green Field. And certainly is a large bag of marbles kind of hanging out for that one, as you would imagine.
That's got to be a fist fight down there, doesn't it?
Oh, Carroll Western.
13-7 Western. I mean, yeah, just as predicted. I mean, they're both playing really good football. Defensively, Carroll's offense has shown a lot more life in the last couple of weeks than they'd shown in the first half of the season. And they can be a little spotty, but Perk has been playing some of his best football the last 2 weekends, and for them to go down there, only have 7 points on the board, that'll tell me, Western's playing pretty good defense. And as well, Carroll I've said it all year, Carroll's a nightmare to try and move the football on.
And I think that's going to be one of those. I would love to actually, if we knew, we'll have to watch the time on it, but that's going to be until the absolute final snap. I mean, there is no way that either team is going to be able to cruise over the last several minutes of that football game. It's going to be an absolute brawl to the end. And then you said it earlier. I mean, that's kind of the perfect scenario for Montana Tech, because you want those two just to beat the heck out of each other and go from there. Arizona Christian still leading Rocky and Southern out in front of Eastern 7-0. So the Frontier Conference continuing, and again, we'll have a new look to the Frontier Conference next season, as we will add a whole slew of teams. As Simpson will join us as an official member, and then of course the DAC schools will all come back. We'll get Dickinson back into the fold, and it's going to be very interesting to see how the next 2 years shakes out.
Who else is coming from back east?
Oh, we have the article on GoDiggers.com. You can take
Do I
take
have
a look.
to read?
Probably.
Bummer.
Because I don't remember off the top of my head.
I figured.
So, yes, you have to go look at the website.
That was a real polite way of telling the world I don't like to read.
Once I stumped you on the quarterback question, you're just trying to throw me under the bus, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. At least you're honest. 30-7 our score. Montana Tech with the lead over the lights of MSU-Northern. Again, thanks for joining us here on a Saturday afternoon. Remember, busy night today as we continue here through the afternoon, as we'll go up to the Hyper as we have basketball. Western is taking on Northwestern. That one at 5 o'clock, and that sounds like a Kanye West kids game. And then at 7 o'clock, Montana Tech will take on Jamestown, and that's going to be a good one. Both really disciplined teams. That 7 o'clock game is going to be a lot of fun.
I'm eager to get up there and watch the Orediggers play some hoops. And that Dylan Cook guess was awful. Dylan Cook was still in high school in 2014.
Yeah, it was.
Because Dallas was the 2012 state champion. I knew that, and that was just a bad guess.
It's okay, buddy.
Okay,
you're fine.
I'm going to beat myself up a little bit.
I know you are. It's fine. Don't worry about it. 30-7 our score. Montana Tech with the lead. We'll take a break. We're back here to Montana Tech after this. Back here once again at the campus of Montana Tech is the Montana Tech Pep Band, entertaining the masses here in Butte, Montana. We had the Lemmings all heading to the tailgate. Now the question is, what percentage of them come back?
Okay, what was the question again?
What percentage of those in the tailgate come back?
I'm going to say a large percentage.
Really?
And here's why.
Okay.
There's not just a lot of Tech faithful out there. There's a lot of parents, and a lot of fans of 2s, 3s, and 4s.
Good call.
And their best chance of getting in the football game is going to be, on a largely uncontested second half if Tech gets themselves in that position, and it's going to be their best chance to see their significant ones play. So I would guess there's going to be a pretty good crowd in here in the second half.
That's a very good call, my friend. And we are at the half. Montana Tech leading 30-7. As we mentioned earlier, the Frontier Conference, Carroll and Western. Carroll in first place, 6-0. Western is 5-1. Those two are battling right now. Carroll has taken the lead. They're up 14-13 against the Bulldogs of UM Western.
You know what you can't say anymore?
What?
I was thinking about this. Like when I was a freshman here, we consider ourselves, you weren't in the game. You're on the sideline. We called it the scrub squad. You can't call people scrubs anymore.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
And we took it as kind of a badge of honor. I'm on the scrub team. But, just certain terms like that you can't say anymore. And I used to love that stuff,
Okay. I think the practice guys, I think they still take an awful lot of pride. I BS with the redshirt freshmen quite a bit.
You're clearly not scrubs, right?
No.
Yeah. I mean, you're here, you're in uniform and all that, but yeah.
And the other side of that is I do think the redshirt freshmen today are, at least in this program, are treated a whole lot different than maybe redshirt freshmen were in years past.
Oh, yeah.
That helps a lot.
And that goes all the way down to what I was talking about Cade Schliemann saying, how you are taken care of as, he's a freshman here. He's being redshirted. He's got a medical issue. And he says you're not forgotten about. He said he just loves the culture up here. And granted, he's got some advantages, right? His dad's been on the staff here since 1996. But, some guys want to get away. They want to get away from, and go out and see the world or go see whatever. He couldn't wait to be an ore digger,
Yeah, so as we kind of head forward, that Carroll Western game, obviously a big one for the Frontier Conference. Southern Eastern is also a big one. You see Southern's up 14-0. Those two teams are tied with Montana Tech with identical 4-2 records in conference as well. Okay, so as we continue, let's talk about the Frontier Conference moving forward from today. Montana Western is the highest ranked Frontier school right now. They're currently 4th in the nation. They are 7-1. You have Montana Tech currently 10th in the nation. They are 7-2. Carroll College is 14th in the nation. They are 7-1 overall. You get Southern Oregon at 16th. They are 7-2 on the year. And the College of Idaho has dropped out of the top 25. And that's kind of how things look right now. Now, remember, the NAIA playoffs is a 20-team field again this year. Last year was the first time we went to the 20-team field. So the top 8 teams will receive first-round buys. Teams, what is it?
Isn't it the top 12 gets first-round buys and the bottom 8 play the first round?
The bottom 8 play in the first round, and then they move forward to take on the top 4 and then the middle squad there as well.
Gotcha.
And, so that's kind of what you're fighting for at this point. For at least Montana Tech and Western, both have a really good shot still of seeing that first-round bye and hosting a first-round game, or a second-round game, if you will, at your venue. And then, of course, as we know, we've certainly seen it through the years, you would have to assume that if there are Frontier schools still alive as we get to that third round, they're probably going to see each other.
Right.
I mean, you'd have to assume that that's the case.
Yeah, eventually proximity comes into place as well.
Yeah. You
got to play them sometime, right?
Yep, that's the
if
deal.
you want to advance, you got to play them sometime.
I always I go back to 2005 whenever I think of that scenario, and we go to Azusa. A couple of NFL guys on that Azusa team, and the Digs get the huge win down to Azusa in 2005, and then from there you turn around and down the road to Helena we went.
Right.
So
that was a great trip.
It was a good trip.
That trip makes me think of a lot of things, right? Aaron Johnson, Teague Egan.
Yep. I don't think Teague is still allowed in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I bet. What a great game he had, and so that would say how good was the front, right? Good. Yeah, it was a great football game. I remember it. It was a hard-hitting football game.
Yeah, that was quite the trip.
You know what else I remember about it? I think my wife was about 12 and a half months pregnant, and I'm like, all right, see you later, bye, I'm going to California. I wasn't the nicest person.
She hadn't already had Sully?
No.
Oh. It was, I thought, did she have Sully on I thought she had Sully on a bye week.
I think Sully was between Azusa and Carroll.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, let's move on, shall we?
It seems like yesterday.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy? Sully's in college.
Yeah. She's probably sitting in my office, like, I don't know, stealing whatever food I have in my office at this case.
You don't think she's listening to us?
No. Goodness, no. The second to last week here in the Frontier Conference, Montana Tech is home next week, as well as Carroll College will be in the house. And, of course, we invite you to join us for that one. And actually, another busy week next week. You know, this week has been kind of awesome because on Thursday night, the Montana Tech ladies got a win over Dickinson State. The Montana Tech women's basketball team is playing really, really well right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Good win over an unbeaten team last night, too, right?
Beat Southeastern. So 2 good wins, and actually 3 in a row for the Montana Tech ladies. They'll be back in action on Thursday, and then the Montana Tech men's basketball team will be in action on Friday and Saturday. The football team is in action on Saturday. It's going to be busy, and it's going to be an awful lot of fun.
Coach Graham deserves a good year. I mean, because he is all in. He's all in on all sports, right? But
that's the deal.
But you get effort and a sound basketball, just an all-around sound sports mind out of Jeff Graham, and you really root for him. He's a really easy guy to root for. Yeah, the only thing that maybe get more of his efforts is fantasy football, maybe.
You think so?
Yeah. He briefed me on that one day.
They are, the ladies are playing awfully well. And the other group of ladies that are playing awfully well are the Montana Tech volleyball team, as they are at Providence as we speak. And we'll keep you updated on that as Montana Tech and Providence are playing for first place in the conference. Montana Tech has beat them twice. This is the third and final time they have played them, and this is the final match of the regular season. And basically whoever wins it wins the Frontier Conference.
Nice.
Yeah. So that is a big one right now. Montana Tech leading 4-3 in the first set up to the University of Providence. We'll keep you updated on that one. The Digs here leading 30-7 for Northern. Let's talk about what's important for them to hear in the first 5-10 minutes of this third quarter.
Just go out and execute the same stuff you were doing in the first half. You know, you want to try and run the football. Montana Tech, I don't think by alignment have made many changes, adjustments. That's the word I'm looking for. That by alignment haven't made a lot of adjustments, just their reaction to the football. And I think the challenge off the sideline, from their coaches, we got to execute defensively better. And I think we saw that. And forced Northern to throw the football. But I think if Northern wants to live via the pass, Brooks doesn't look comfortable throwing the ball. Let's be honest. He just doesn't look comfortable. We've seen Platt play there at quarterback too. We'll see if Northern maybe makes a change at quarterback. But you just want to execute your stuff, keep Montana Tech's offense off the field, and keep this game from getting, completely out of hand. We're at 30-7 here at halftime. You just don't want it to get completely out of hand. You just want to execute. You want to see if you can improve against a team that's playing really good football.
On the other side for Montana Tech, what are they looking to get rolling here in the first 5-7 minutes?
Just keep it clean. Keep it clean. Execute. You're going to see Lander Smith get the ball. Execute your play action. They saw maybe some small lapses in pass protection there in the first half. I'm sure they're getting that cleaned up. And but just throwing, catching, running offense, maybe building on this lead a little bit, and then start to look at 2s, 3s, and 4s.
So as the teams come back out, getting warmed up here for the second half, Montana Tech leading 30-7.
Not scrubs.
Nope.
2s, 3s, and 4s. See how much I grew up in the last 10 minutes?
Yeah. That was very big of you, Haskett.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want another pat on the back, or are you okay with what you're giving yourself?
I'll take that one. My wife will tell you I like a good pat on the back.
30-7 our score. Montana Tech with Right now, as we mentioned, Montana Tech 26 offensive plays, 271 yards. Northern 35 offensive plays, 136 yards of total offense. Blake Thielen is 13 of 15 through the air for 165 yards and 1 score. He's hit Logan Kennedy as tight end 4 times for 47 yards. And also Mr. Zalewski down to the one in the back of the end zone. He has a pair of catches, 27 yards. And Tech is just offensively firing right now, whether it's on the ground, through the air. The offense has been in really good shape here as this season has gone on.
Yeah, they're playing really good football, and Tech is really tough. I don't know necessarily that anybody throws the ball as effectively as Montana Tech does in this conference, and you combine that with what they do running the ball with Smith and Renner. And Christian Vetter, who I haven't seen here today. I don't know if Christian's a little beat up after last weekend or not, but they're just Tech's a headache because they can get you, one of a couple ways. They can get you in play action, they can get you in straight drop back, and they can certainly get you just running the ball.
So the Digs will kick off to start this second half. Again, thanks for joining us here. Yeah, Carroll Western.
Dogfight. Carroll just took the lead, 14-13. What a great game that must be down there. And as predicted, Carroll's playing really, really good football right now. And, it's got to be a complete dogfight down there right now.
So as we get ready to roll here in the third quarter, the Digs will kick off here. End over end. That one will go into the end zone and stay in the end zone. So the lights will come out to the 25.
That time the guess was right on the ball. Getting to the end zone back there. Carter Kaufman waving that thing off and letting it get into the end zone. He was bitten a little bit on the previous kick that landed and stuck at the 1 yard line. So we'll see if Northern's showing what they showed in the first half. Oh boy, Carroll, now they're starting to score down there.
Western will retake the lead. They're up 20-14. First down and 10 here for the Lights. And I do believe we still have Brooks under center. Brooks will hand it off to his tailback. Fights it straight ahead. He's across the 30, out to the 35-yard line. Again, a very nice run by the running back and Mason Dion.
That's just the dive portion of an option game.
He hits the hole fast. Yep. He's at full speed, quick.
That is true old school. He's 3 yards behind that quarterback in a three-point stance. Head down, just hitting that hole as quick and hard as he can.
First and 10 from the 35-yard line. A 10-yard run for Dion. He has 16 carries for 75 yards. Long snap count. Dion will get it again. He'll bounce it off tackle left. He'll get 3 this time as he gets hauled down quickly.
That time just more inside zone. Reverse pivot out of the quarterback. A belly play, or inside zone, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Montana Tech, Cole Wyant is going to have a very sore neck tomorrow, as he probably does every Sunday after game day. But he's having to do the lion's share of the tackling. Anytime Six has the ball, Wyant isn't far from him.
He had 13 tackles last week. I'll give you a tally where he's at here currently if I can. Man in motion. Dropping back, looking to throw. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage, still caught. Out across the 40 to the 44-yard line.
Good effort by Shelton coming back to get that ball. It's tipped. It looks like it's there for what seems to be a decade. But he goes back and gets it. Gets wrapped up by the corner out there, look like Downs, and does a nice job of fighting for 2 more yards to get it into 3rd and 1 versus 3rd and 3.
So 3rd down and 1 here for the Lights.
Excuse me, out there, Sanchez, I believe, not Downs.
In that base formation again, 1 receiver each way.
Sheldon's a big dude. I remember him in high school. He is a monster.
Looks like Northern changing the play at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and short. Hand off to Dion. Dion gets hit, but still pulls the pile ahead for a gain of 2.
Yeah, and they're challenging their guys on that sideline too. We got to be tougher. We got to be faster. We've got to be meaner on the dive portion of that option game. And it does. It looks up half a step or a step quicker here in the second half.
Boy, we have no wind. A gorgeous day here in the mining city. 1st and 10 here for the Lights.
There's a lot of facets there. You go under center, you don't see much of it anymore. But to just field that snap cleanly, because that fullback is on you right now.
1st down and 10. Brooks under center, handoff to his tailback, Dion. Cuts back, he'll pick up 5 more.
There's Prince Hall showing his presence, chasing down that quarterback from the backside, and Brooks is doing a nice job of reading that option. There's no doubt about it. He's doing a nice job of reading the give portion of that option.
2nd down and 6 here for the Lights.
Where's Brooks from? Oh, Wisconsin. I thought I remembered that name at a Montana high school, but I must be delusional.
Just a little to the east. 2nd and 6. Brooks up under center. Play clock down to 7. Deep pitch going to go to the right side. Turning it upfield. Nice vault across the 45 down to the 42.
I was just going to say before that, we haven't seen toss yet here in the second half, and this would be a good time for it. Right on cue. Northern runs it, catches Montana Tech a little bit off guard, is able to move the sticks. And, the back jumping the defender. And speaking of, did you see? You probably saw Saquon Barkley.
Come on.
Is that crazy? There isn't a cheat code on any video game that would allow you to do that. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for some reason, if you haven't seen it, go look at it. It's bonkers. 1st down and 10 here for the Lights. Ball at the Montana Tech 43-yard line.
That tackler comes to tackle him and barely ducks his head, and he's over the top of him.
1st and 10. Fresh set of downs. Dion. Not much there this time. He'll lean forward for nearly 2.
It looked like Brooks that time. He put it in Dion's hand. It looked like maybe he wanted to pull it and then just get on the train behind Dion as a lead blocker. Ended up just leaving it in Dion's gut, and Wyant's there for the stop. Got Beller and Wyant in there at inside. And, of course, Wickham out here in the alley.
2nd down and 8. Lights back in the huddle. 3rd quarter here. Frontier Conference action. The Digs up 30-7.
You mentioned how tough Wickham is out there, too. That shoulder of his. Hopefully he's had some time in these last 3 blowouts by this Montana Tech team to heal that up a little more.
2nd and 8. Brooks dropping back, looking to throw. Wants the deep ball. 1-on-1 downfield. Caught. Touchdown, Northern. Corner got tripped up.
Caught Tech off guard. This is the first time they've targeted anybody besides Devin Shelton. That time going up the sideline to Woolstead. Coulter Woolstead, a 6'2", 196-pound junior out of Harlowton. And Tech defender stumbled. Northern took advantage.
Yeah, it looked like they got their feet tangled up there for a minute, and Woolstead did a good job keeping his balance. And right now the Digs up 30-13. Kicking unit is in for the PAT here for the Lights. Snap a little high. They're able to get it down, and the kick is up, and the kick is through.
That's amazing that thing got through. That was a jailbreak there within the interior of that PAT field goal team. It looked like a couple guys had a chance to block that.
Montana Tech leading 30-14 over the Lights of MSU-Northern. Frontier Conference action here on Digger Vision. We have a timeout, so with it, we'll take one. We're back after this.
Dude, Hudson, your new man cave is sweet.
Come watch the game.
Dude, they're gonna score.
Man cave, lady lounges, whatever you call them, Steele's Furniture has exactly what you need to make your room come to life. Shop our Man Cave showroom today for ideas to upgrade your bar set, fireplace, TV, recliner, furniture set, and refrigerator. Steele's Furniture, making man caves happen for 87 years.
Nucor is a great company. They care about their people. They care about the environment.
I've never been restricted to fall in a box. I've never been told that I can't do something.
I saw it as a great opportunity to develop a career.
You create your own destiny at Nucor.
We're building something bigger out here at Nucor. Come join us.
Back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. Or Digger football on Digger Vision. Paul Panisco and Rod Haskett.
We had mentioned earlier, Levi Torgerson getting hurt. He has not been back in the game. I've seen him on the sideline, still in uniform. A little hobbled up, probably ankle, knee-ish, but yeah, that's unfortunate. I was hoping to see him maybe get another kick return for a touchdown, but now we got Dylan Snyder back.
So Snyder, the lone back here to return. I hit you with Rod Haskett, and you didn't even bite.
Oh, did you call me Rod?
I
Not
did.
Rob?
I called you Rod.
Oh, I'll take Rod.
Oh, was it? Was it Rob? I thought it was Rod.
Yeah, it was Rob.
Okay. Yeah, you're not really a Rob. We're gonna stick with Rob. High end over end kick is short, taken by an up back. Out across the 25, cut back at the 30. To the 38-yard line with the return. In the up back there is Ho, Kaika Ho, the redshirt freshman out of Columbia, Idaho. We talked about that talented running back room earlier, and he certainly is a big part of it, and we're going to get to know him real well over the next few years.
Yeah, real nice looking running back. Yeah, and they got a room full of them.
So 1st and 10 here for the Digs, as they will get the ball out and ready to roll. Ball at the 44-yard line.
That's going to be a serious competition next year. All the running backs in that room.
And then the quarterback.
Yes.
I mean, I cannot wait to see how that one goes. 1st down and 10, one back. 2 receivers left. Northern showing blitz. Handoff is going to go to Landers. Doesn't get through the first level. And we're going to get a whistle and a flag here. Stoppage of play.
Yeah, so far Northern's getting everything they want out of certainly a nice drive out of that offense to start the second half, ending in 6 points.
34 the defense. 15-yard penalty.
Personal foul, hands to the face.
Yeah, that was a pretty good dust up here, just working one-on-one Logan Kennedy and his defender. And Kennedy's there pleading his case and won the flag.
So the 15 yards will bring it all the way down to the Northern 39-yard line. So 1st and 10 here for the Digs. Another TDS first down, this one via the penalty. 2 receivers left, one to the right. Blake Thielen is 13 of 15 for 165 yards and 1 score. Landers is with him. He's run the ball 8 times for 49 yards. Backside screen. Boy, blown up. Nice job defensively that time, as getting a piece of him was Mason Childs.
Childs, nice job. He has to beat a block out there on the edge, and he did, and he stayed flat, outside arm free, contained, and tackled.
Screen to Wyatt Alexander. Snuffed out and shut down. 2nd and 10 here for the Digs.
You see Pierce and Parker Johnston run back into the game here.
As you said earlier, good to see Parker back out.
Snyder and Johnston at your wideouts, and Pierce in the backfield. Now they're running Alexander onto the field.
So they'll get situated here. Blake Thielen out of the shotgun. Man goes in motion as Pierce. Play clock at 1. Handoff going to go to the tailback, and there is Christian Vetter. Vetter going to try and turn it north. He's across the 35 to the 34, a gain of 5.
That's good to see, because we hadn't seen him in the first half, and I was looking for his number. Couldn't find him on the sideline, so nice to see him in the game.
2nd down and 5 here for the Digs. And they'll change out a whole bunch of personnel here.
Yeah, you get Zalewski back in the game with Kennedy and Landers Smith back into the backfield. 2-down territory, I think if you're Montana Tech offensively, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Smith get the carry here.
3rd down and 5. Kind of surprised we haven't seen any kind of wildcat looks out of the Digs yet today.
Yeah, this longer yardage. Northern's walking one of that 5-man surface back, so we've got a 4-man front.
3rd and 5, handoff going to go to Landers. Landers finds a gap. He's across the 30, down to the 25. Pyle is going to be stopped there.
Good piece of coaching there. They saw it. They made Northern show their hand with a hard snap count. Saw it was going to remain a 4-man front versus that 5-man front. They just went to zone to the left side, inside zone off the left side, knowing in the first half, by and large, anytime they saw a 4-man front, they ran the ball really successful against it. Successfully.
Successfully.
Proper grammar.
So 1st down and 10, a fresh set of downs for Montana Tech. Another TDS first down. 1 back at home, 3 receivers. And they look to the sideline for the call here. Blake Thielen has thrown for 165 so far today, and he's going to put this one in the air. Pass goes left side. Wyatt Alexander caught down the sideline and lost his footing. Went down at the 12-yard line.
I think that's Snyder up here. Alexander was to the wide side. Went to plant and make a move, and everything buckled on him.
That's good. He jumped right back up.
He still doesn't look 100% comfortable walking across the field.
Snyder, catch number 2 here on the day. Butte High product. First down and 10 here for the Digs. Another fresh set of downs as we're inside the Case IH red zone here. Man in motion, left to right. Landers in the backfield. Play action. He's going to throw back to Landers in the end zone. Landers Smith gets the touchdown. Montana Tech goes up.
I think that might be Kennedy or Pierce.
Oh, it is Logan Kennedy.
Logan Kennedy?
Yep. Sorry, I apologize. I thought it was back out. So Logan Kennedy goes up and get it. Let's take a look at the replay here from the end zone.
Good action. Just a little rollout and a throwback to Kennedy. He was all alone in the end zone.
So Logan Kennedy hauls it in.
Oh, that's Pierce. Excuse me. That's 88. Yeah. It looked a little taller than Logan.
Maybe we'll get a number right here today sometime. That'd be great. Kicking unit is in. So Derek Pierce with the touchdown. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. Montana Tech leading 37-14. Frontier Conference action here on a Saturday afternoon as the Digs up over the lights. MSU-Northern will get the ball back, ladies and gentlemen, right after this.
Dude, Hudson, your new man cave is sweet.
Come watch the game.
Dude, they're gonna score.
Man cave, lady lounges, whatever you call them, Steele's Furniture has exactly what you need to make your room come to life. Shop our Man Cave showroom today for ideas to upgrade your bar set, fireplace, TV, recliner, furniture set, and refrigerator. Steele's Furniture, making man caves happen for 87 years.
Nucor is a great company. They care about their people. They care about the environment.
I've never been restricted to fall in a box. I've never been told that I can't do something.
I saw it as a great opportunity to develop a career.
You create your own destiny at Nucor.
We're building something bigger out here at Nucor. Come join us.
6:24 left to play here on this, in this third quarter. Gorgeous Saturday in Butte, Montana.
Look at that flag at the Mining Museum. It is nothing. What a perfect day.
It's incredible. I mean, the flag, honestly, here at the stadium isn't moving. We do have a couple kind of flipping a little bit out in the tailgate, but that's probably from, well, just the amount of beer. Tech up 37-14.
Yeah, good answer by Montana Tech. Come down, execute in the running game, execute in the throwing game, and get 7 points to match. Update from down in Dillon. Western went up 27-14. So, and that game's been in the fourth quarter for a while. So it looks like the Western may get the W down there, and Carroll may suffer their first conference loss.
So the Digs ready to kick off here. Northern, Zach Brooks running the offense, is 6 of 9 for 83 yards. He's thrown 1 touchdown. That was their last series. He's thrown 1 interception as well. Their tailback and Mason Dion has rushed for 96. And the Lights will call a fair catch. They'll bring it out to the 25. So the ball will come out to the 25. The Lights.
That's got to be tough to field that ball. That is looking dead into the sun.
So MSU-Northern has run 43 offensive plays for 211 yards as of right now.
I got to get my hands on a pair of those burnt orange sneakers that the Tech coaches are wearing. Can you hook me up?
Did you see mine? I don't have burnt orange sneakers.
Well, it's a better color for me.
First down and 10. When I get some, maybe I'll think if you will. Hand off to Dion. Dion will get over 100 yards on the day as he'll push the pile out to the 30.
He's a tough cookie.
He is. He's rushing hard. Yeah, you certainly see why he had the mother load of carries for Montana Tech coming into this, or for Northern coming into this game. He has run the ball hard here today. 22 carries now for 102 yards.
I'm trying to think of who the middle linebacker is that played years ago. Nick, hell in a kid. Tough. That's the kind of game that Cole Wyant's having to play today. Just arrive, know when you're going to have a big collision every snap.
2nd down and 5. Brooks looking to throw. Pass complete and cut down at the 40-yard line. As pass complete gets out to Shelton, his 5th catch of the day.
That's Downs just staying on top of him. Making the tackle, going down low on Shelton, cutting him, chopping him down.
So a fresh set of downs here for the Lights. Ball at their 41-yard line. 1st and 10, MSU-Northern. 5 minutes left to play here in the 3rd.
Amistoy.
Oh, okay.
Remember Amistoy?
I do. Boy, I wouldn't have come up with that one. Hand off, Dion. Dion straight ahead, across the 45 to the 47.
He took a really, really good tackler there for about a 4-yard ride. That's Whitcomb coming up from outside, squaring him up, but Dion's a load.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 5 here for the Lights.
Dion got up with a little limp, ran himself off the sideline, hurt that left leg in some fashion. See what they got behind him. Probably stay on the ground here.
Cole Wyant has 8 total tackles for Montana Tech as of right now. DJ Brown was 7 as of this play. 2nd down and 5 here for the Lights. Hand off to Dion. Tailback's going to get smothered after getting back to the line of scrimmage, and not much more there.
Yeah, that's 23.
Yeah, 23. New back in, as with the carry is going to be Shaw Davis. So the freshman out of White Sulphur Springs.
Do you think it's Shaw Davis? Because they did have Thacker in there. He plays 2 ways. They had him as for carries on their stat line. That's why I was wondering if Thacker's playing 2 ways.
We have a roster with 2 number 23s on it.
And both are listed as linebackers, correct?
A linebacker and receiver. Davis is a receiver.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Good call.
3rd down and 4. Wing in motion, handoff to the tailback again across the 50. 1st down yardage here for the Lights as they'll get down to the Montana Tech 48-yard line. Another 1st down as the 3rd quarter trickles away.
Yeah, you're 37. You're down 37-14, but that's a pretty excited sideline over there for Northern, because they went in and they had a good halftime adjustment. I wouldn't say so much adjustment, but, a good coaching period at a halftime, and they're coming out and executing. That's all you want as a coach. You struggled, obviously. You haven't won a game yet this year, but you're showing improvement here. Yeah. This is the kind of stuff that get guys bought in and makes them return for another year.
1st down and 10. Pressure coming. In trouble. Airs it up downfield into coverage. That's going to fall incomplete, with major collisions in the backfield as Brooks goes down hard. He gets up limping a little bit.
Impressive job of just getting that ball away. Montana Tech brought pressure, and they didn't get them all picked up. They were in Brooks's face awful quick.
2nd down and 10 here for the Lights. Montana Tech leading 37-14. Receiver wide right. Receiver coming here to the near side. Under center is Brooks. Ball at the Montana Tech 48-yard line. Brooks, wing in motion. Handoff is going to the tailback, and he is going nowhere. He ran right into the waiting arms that time of the Orediger defensive fronts and Anthony Oakes.
Oakes, nice play. Not only got the good hit, didn't give an inch, and got the back down to the ground for no gain. Now 3rd and long.
3rd and long here for the Lights, rather, excuse me.
And they'll probably look at this. I would guess it's 2-down territory. They're across midfield. Regardless, I don't keep the dive out of the pitcher here, and I would look maybe to try and toss wide again.
3rd down and 10. Brooks wants to throw. Drops back, airs it up here on the near side. Wanted the comeback route, and that one's going to be underthrown. Incomplete. 4th and 10 now for the Lights, as he was looking once again to Devin Shelton. Shelton has 5 catches here today.
Oh, they are going to kick it away.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if they gain maybe half of that distance on 3rd down, they may take a run at 4th down. Going to kick it away here.
So the punting unit is in for the Lights. And it looks like Wiley Snap, a freshman out of Big Sandy, will kick it away here for MSU-Northern. Try and pin Montana Tech deep.
Each team still just struggling to get 11 guys onto the field, both with the return team and the punt team with a late arrival.
Awaiting the snap. Snap is low, but we're going to get delay a game, I think, before the snap.
Montana Northern. That's our first charge
Oh,
timeout.
they'll get a timeout in instead. They were pushing that delay of game real close.
Please reset the game.
And coach calls a timeout from the sideline.
Good timeout too, because you're probably not going to have cause to take one unless you're in a shot or a play clock issue.
Third quarter action, 2:08 left to play. And it's gone to final. Western beat Carroll. You see it down in the bottom left corner of your screen. So Western and Carroll both with 1 loss each in conference right now. Tech, Southern, and Eastern all with 2 losses in conference. And Southern and Eastern obviously throwing down. Southern in control right now with that one in the second quarter.
Do you know who Western closes their season with?
I think Eastern. It's a guess, but I think that is who they play. So 4th down, the punting unit in here for Northern. 1 man back for Montana Tech. Last time it was Galbraith. Kind of looks like him back there as well. Snap is a good one. Roll out punts. End over end goes out of bounds near the 15.
Yeah, good punt. Good punt, no return. Going to be certainly inside the 20.
2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Montana Tech leading 37-14. Just a gorgeous day here in the Mining City. Busy night tonight. Join us here on Digger Vision, 5 o'clock, as Montana Western will take on Northwestern out of Washington. Men's basketball in the Great Western Hyper. Then at 7 o'clock, Montana Tech will take on Jamestown. Jamestown, their final year in NAIA play. They'll step up to Division II next season.
In everything or just basketball?
I think everything. I think as an institution. 2 minutes remaining here in the third. Montana Tech back out offensively. Thielen hands it off, trying to find the edge. Lander Smith, good stiff arm across the 20. Head down out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I don't blame Eights giving the Tech sideline some John. He got Lander Smith to the ground. If you make that hit and wake up,
at it.
Yeah, I think you deserve to give the sideline a little lip.
Nice stiff arm here by Landers again. Now we get the contact here. If we can catch up to this. Here he comes down. Thud. Hi there. Lander Smith delivers a blow, 2nd and 1. He'll get the carry again. Lander straight ahead, has daylight. Landers into the deep, across the 40, 45, 50. Lander Smith to the sideline. He's getting a couple blockers. He barrels into a defender at the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Lander Smith blew the defender's helmet off his head.
You can just see him. He's out in the open saying, crap, I'm not going to outrun this guy. He's getting pasted.
I'm out on the field for an injury.
And a player down for Montana Tech.
Looks like cramps. Somebody's legs cramping.
Hopefully that is the case.
Generally, anytime one of your teammates can treat you on the field, it's a cramp.
Landers, head down. Hello. And then you just see the debris of the helmet flying out. Post Landers Smith.
What's that put Smith on the day? Over 100, I'm assuming.
I would assume so. Let's see. 12 carries, 119 yards. 9.9 yards a carry for Landers.
How
he has
close
a
is
pair
he
of touchdowns.
To 1,000, or is he over 1,000? Do you know?
I believe that puts him over 1,000. I think coming in, see what we've got here. Should have that in front of me. But yeah, I'm positive he's over 1,000. He was butting right up against it.
Zach Tierney banged up a little bit on the play, doing the lion's share of the duty. We didn't really mention Zach. Safe Benjamia. A little banged up. Talking to Coach Sampson yesterday, they were hoping they didn't maybe have to play him and let him heal up. So Tierney getting the full line of duty there at left tackle for this offense and doing a really nice job. Such a good athlete.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about how athletic these old front guys have to be anymore, and he's no different than the rest. He's just he's a load. You know, you think of the job he did at Butte High, both in the old front and D front.
How many snaps do you think he played in his lifetime at Butte High School for Eric Gray? I mean, it was just insane.
He stood out in a crowd ever since he was a young boy. Used to see him shooting hoops all the time, and just a monster, but a good athlete.
1st and 10, man in motion left to right. Ball at the 25-yard line of Northern. Across the middle drag route, trying to get to the corner across the 20-15 down to the 14-yard line. Nice run that time by Snyder, and Snyder will stay down.
Yeah, I don't know if what he got, maybe shoulder. Yeah, he's holding on to that right shoulder. He lowers that shoulder trying to punish a defender here.
Snyder across as he meets. Yeah, not putting a whole lot on that shoulder there, Dylan Snyder.
It's a good catch. That's a point-blank dart from Thielen. Snyder does a nice job with it.
And get him up. He gives it a shake, hopefully just a stinger. So Dylan Snyder up and onto the sidelines here for Montana Tech. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line inside the Case IH red zone. The Digs looking to punch one in possibly here before the end of the third. Again, make sure to join us next week as Montana Tech hosting Carroll College. There's going to be a few fireworks in that bad boy.
Yeah, it'll be a big game.
One back, heavy formation right. Hand off to Landers. Smith bounces right, cuts back to the 10. Tremendous footwork inside the 5, down to the goal line as he'll get in, but there is a flag down here on the near side.
They're going to get Logan Kennedy, I think, maybe with a hold here on the perimeter. I don't know.
We'll hear from our white hat and then see if Jason can give us a look at it.
Holding.
So it is holding.
Offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So a holding penalty. We'll back him up. Here's a take a look at the replay here. Case Construction instant replay.
Yeah, I think they get an interior lineman, not Kennedy.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Jason running our replay. As always, just doing a fantastic job. 1st down and 15 here for the Digs. One back at home, 2 receivers left here for Blake Thielen. He's 17 and 19 for 200 yards. Hand off to Landers. Smith puts on the brakes, cuts Landers into the end zone. Touchdown, Landers Smith.
Showing all the moves, Landers.
Man.
Comes to a stop, a nice cut, and then just runs to daylight. Just another outstanding run by a guy who's just having a year.
Touchdown number 3 for Landers on the day. Watch this when he hits the brakes. Whoop. And back in. Watch him see daylight, and he's just done. Like, okay, bye. Landers Smith, touchdown number 18 on the year, tying Nolan Saraceni.
These guys on the perimeter really take a lot of pride in the work they're doing. Stock blocking that edge. They get as excited or more excited than the back when he crosses that goal line.
15-yard penalty will be penalized on the kickoff.
So a personal foul after the touchdown. Probably a little excessive celebration. I still don't like that call. I don't like that. Let him go.
You know what? I've come full circle on that. It's not even funny. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting soft in my old age. I used to, hate. I was a big like you've been there before guy. Yeah. But now this stuff is so good.
I know.
And you know what it comes to, kind of how I defend it. I think what a lot of people don't understand, and I'm not even going to say I can understand it, but this game is so physical, and the amount of mental toughness you have to display to come up like as a corner to tackle a Landers Smith or something like that. It takes a huge amount of adrenaline, and it just gives them a chance to release that, right? Just celebrate, and because it takes what they call cojones to do a lot of this. Can you imagine coming up at safety, Peyton Gonzer, 185 pounds, and meeting Dion in the hole? I mean, and he meets him, right? He comes up. It takes a huge amount of mental toughness to come up and do that. So if you've got to release it in the end zone, let them go. Let them dance. Shit, let them do pardon my French, but let them do the Cotton Eye Joe. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, that's the deal. And it's such a part of the game, especially the higher levels you go. Yeah. And in my opinion, that's kind of the other side of that. If you let it go at that level, you've got to let it go below because everybody looks up to that. Yeah. I mean, it just, I don't know.
I still remember, I've told this story. I'm pretty sure I've told it on air before when Kane Clonch crosses the goal line against Eastern Oregon to go down 1. We went the length of the field in a minute and a half. He was 8 for 8. He scrambles, crosses the goal line, and as he's going across the goal line, he just puts the ball in his other hand up in the air as he's crossing the goal line, and they flag him for taunting. And I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. So they have to move Kasny back. He has to kick a 35-yard extra point just to send us to, I don't know if it was overtime, I think, actually, regardless, but to tie the game, and he did. But God, it was just terrible, just for putting his arms up in the air.
30-point advantage here for Montana Tech as the Digs up 44-14 here over MSU-Northern. Again, the last time Montana Tech lost to Northern was in 2014. And honestly, today I've been impressed with Northern. I love the strides and where they're at coming into this football game.
Yeah, I agree. Executing way better than their record shows, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all you can ask for. And you come in here, you're going to get beat, right? You're down 44-14, but you improved through this game. And that's all you're looking for, you know, when you are in search of that first win.
So the kicking unit back deep after the personal foul. Return will start at the 14-yard line going left across the 25 out near the 30 to the 33-yard line. So the Lights will start at the 33. And they will get rolling here in the start of the fourth quarter. Final week in the Frontier Conference next week. Carroll College will be here. Western will take on Eastern Oregon. As Southern all over Eastern, you see that right now. Rocky and Arizona Christian exchanging blows. First down and 10 here for the Lights. Deep pitch. Dion turning it upfield. He's across the 35 to the 40.
Nice
we keep going back to it, but he has just run the ball well.
Nice to see him back in the game. He did leave with a little bit of a limp in that last series, but looks like they got him taped up and back in action.
Second down and 3 here for the Lights.
6 foot 219, and he can bring it.
I had the 219 covered in 4th grade. Second and 4. Tight formation as usual. One receiver each way. Slot right in motion. Handoff to Dion. He gets hammered in the backfield, and he's going to go down losing 1. Boy, the defensive front just collapsed.
Yeah, Oaks did a better job there. He disengaged at the line of scrimmage and ate that dive up right away.
So third down and 4 here for the Lights.
Boy, it's going to be nice having Oaks here. He's just a freshman.
Yeah, that's the key.
And he's playing really good football in that defensive front.
So the Lights today are 4 of 10 on third downs. Mason Dion at running back has carried the ball 24 times, 113 yards, 1 score on the ground.
I think you stay on the ground here if you're Northern.
Little press coverage on each side. Dropping back, looking to throw. They'll air it up. Incomplete. Had what they wanted just over the fingertips of his intended target that time in Shelton. And that'll bring up 4th down here for the Lights.
A lot of people wonder, why you punting here? You're down. You know, why wouldn't you go for it? You're close to midfield. They know they're not going to win the game, right? But at the same time, there's 100 things you can work on. And one of them's punt team. You know, there's a lot of, you know, they get a chance to get some youth in here to cover some punts, just to go over execution. You want to execute in all facets.
Blake Thielen's helmet is off, and out warming up quarterback-wise is Cade Wyant, another of our great seniors, and it looks like he's going to take over the offense for at least the next several series. Low line drive punt to the sidelines. Galbraith catches it as he goes out of bounds. Montana Tech will take over at the 19.
Another well-executed punt.
Yep.
You know, regardless, no return on it. Just he's hitting his spot on the sideline on that rollout punt.
Galbraith for Montana Tech, a redshirt freshman out of Idaho Falls. Played his high school ball at Skyline High School. 13:22 left to play here in the ball game. Montana Tech's offense out. Again, Cade Wyant, I do believe, taking over. They're still putting the full court press on Cade, if you will, to see if he'll come back. He has a year left. But I don't think it's going to happen.
He's got a place to live.
First down and 10. So Haskett's joining this. One receiver right side. Man comes in motion. Cade Wyant with his first snap, handoff. And it looks like Renner will go right side. He'll pick up 3.
Renner took a pretty good shot in there. Also running onto the field. Is that Cohen? Or excuse me, Brecken McClintock, 6'1", 175-pound redshirt freshman from Casper, Wyoming. Getting a snap or two here at wide out.
2nd down and 7. Tight formation again here for the Digs. Cade Wyatt, senior quarterback, out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Renner. Renner tries to get the stiff arm out, but he is swallowed up in the backfield. Nice job that time defensively by, look like Thacker. Lucas Thacker with the stop.
Nice looking football player Thacker is. He's had to do a lot here today. Good tackler, physical.
And that'll bring up 3rd down here for the Digs. 12:20 left to play here in the ball game. So make sure to actually log on to GoDiggers.com. Get your tickets for next week. I assume they're going to go quickly. And also make sure to jump onto our YouTube channel. It is Senior Day, and our yearly chat with Coach about his seniors is on our YouTube channel. If you're with us on Digger Vision, it's right there, so you can watch it when you're done today. Downfield, over the wrong shoulder. And a collision here on the near side, looking for Charlie Kurgan.
Yeah,
and now a flag comes in late.
You may get a defenseless player here and maybe a targeting. It looked like he went right helmet into the face mask here.
Here, let's take a look at the replay. Thank you, Jason. As you see him clearing out, turns the other shoulder over. Yeah, that helmet went right into the face mask. So coaches and trainers out with Charlie. And we'll see if I don't see him moving to the tent yet. I was kind of waiting to see if they were going to go take a look at it.
Well thrown.
Holding number 2 of the defense. That's a 10-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty well thrown ball, but he did turn his fullback or tight end around there. Had him up the seam.
Kurgan still down. 11:57 left to play here in the ball game.
Akir, you know, it's one of those balls. A guy like Kerrigan may have a little more trouble changing direction or turning around than say a receiver who's used to doing that. But yeah, nice, probably nicest looking pass I've seen Wyatt throw all year.
So they continue to work on him again. Reminder: next week, Carroll College here, 1 o'clock kickoff. And certainly look forward to that bad boy.
Yeah, they're getting him up.
Yeah, so we get the replay again there. Thanks, Jason. Look at the.
What's that?
He's putting the wheel on it, and they showed the replay again, and looking at the targeting. They put it on the Jumbotron, and the crowd went bonkers.
Montana Tech is calling a timeout to challenge the ruling on the field of no targeting.
Yeah, I like that. Here we go. Take a look again. Thanks, Jason. Drop it back. Wyatt has time. He airs it up. Kurgan looks over the other shoulder, goes up. And that helmet. Now did he leave his feet? That's one of the questions they're going to try and answer, correct? So he goes up for that football.
I don't think, well, they launch.
Yeah. Well, look at that. Thanks, Jason. Our Case Construction instant replay. Our crew just continues to do tremendous work up here, and I love it. I mean, it's just a kick. Got Barrett running graphics, Jason on replay, our tremendous camera crew that has been with us for years.
Yeah, it's turned into a nice production. Complete with scores.
Arizona Christian goes back up. About that action. So they go down to the tent to view this, and again, they do not use our cameras. I assume most everybody has seen video from when they exchange in between teams. That's basically what the officials are going to be looking at, or is a camera up top and a camera in the end zone. They do not get this view, so I'll be very interested to see what their view is here.
They must be able to zoom those cameras, though, then, right?
You know, I don't know. I would be a total guess on my part.
The defender hit the receiver with his shoulder pads in the chest. There's no foul. Montana Tech is charged with their first timeout.
Oh, Tech sideline's going to get a flag here.
And unsportsmanlike conduct on the Montana bench.
So the Montana Tech bench gets an unsportsmanlike. And now the officials will continue to talk to Coach Sampson here.
Yeah, and I think there was, after the reaction, I think it might have been some of these players down here. It'd be tough to identify which one.
Yeah. So the lights. That one will back up here. Try and get things back under control a little bit.
Awful young voices yelling a little BS down there.
Now we've got a hold here for a moment. The officials, oh, there we go. Chain gang is moving. Thought they were talking to the Northern coaching staff, but then instead they moved the chain gang. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Montana Tech will get this thing actually back to the 13-yard line now.
It's got Renner in the backfield with Wyatt.
Here we go. So the defensive holding gave him a first down, but then the 15-yard penalty backed them up. So a fresh set of downs, hand off to Renner. Renner, nice little move, gets across the 15 out to the 17-yard line. A gain of 4 for Renner.
23's out for his helmet.
What was that?
I missed it totally. 11:45 left to play here in the ball game. Montana Tech up 44-14. And we get the whistle back after it here. 2nd down and 6. One receiver each way, man in motion. Wyant waiting on the snap. 4-man pressure coming. Airs it up, pass complete. Trying to make a move across the 20, diving out for first down yardage.
That's new blood there at tight end, too. That might be Bilal.
21's out for a helmet.
I just can't see that number from here.
I can't either, to be completely honest. So that'll bring up a fresh set of downs. Another TDS first down here for Montana Tech.
Confirmed, Bilal getting a catch.
Okay. So Bilal hauls it in. 1st down and 10. 2 receivers left, one to the right here for Wyant. Wyant turns right, pass complete out to the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 6. As
McClintock gets a catch.
There you go. So McClintock hauls it in. Casper, Wyoming.
6'1", 175. I'm assuming they weighed him in his pads. Look at that.
What are you trying to say, Haskell?
Yeah.
So when it came to gamesmanship, as far as height, weight, that kind of thing, were you one that liked to be over what you were or under what you were? I mean, when your roster numbers are always wrong, obviously. Did you like to have it appear you're bigger than you were?
I'll get back to that after this play.
2nd and 4. Hand off as they turn the corner. Big hit delivered. Another one out to the 35-yard line as Renner will move the chains for Montana Tech. But a flag down on the far side of the field.
They exaggerated our weights in high school football.
Okay.
In college, everything was accurate. Your height was accurate and your weight was accurate. But in high school, they exaggerated them. And the only time we ever monkeyed with them was our senior year in basketball. Me and my twin brother and our starting center, we all decided rather than exaggerate an inch or two, we subtracted an inch or two. So I went at 5'10", and my twin brother was at 5'8". You know, so we all subtracted an inch. It was just it was kind of our inside the locker room joke.
Yeah,
and that's how they put it in the program.
Okay. So. 2nd down and 9 here for the Digs. Clock running in the 4th quarter. So Wyatt running the offense here at quarterback, one receiver on each side. Wyatt gets the snap, hands it off. Renner gets a gap. Renner's gone. Renner to the 45-50. Renner has an angle. Renner at the 30, 25-20. Renner cuts at the 10. He's in for the touchdown.
Have a day.
Another long one, a 75-yarder for Renner. That's his 5th carry for 128 yards.
Have a day, Ethan Renner. Couple big breaks.
Look at this, right up the gut.
I just like that we get to see the speed that Samson raved about in his senior description on the YouTube feed this morning.
And Renner just gone. If you haven't had a chance to listen to that yet, make sure to grab it later in the weekend or else this evening, whatever the case may be. Just hop onto our athletic page where you're currently at if you're watching us.
Mama Heidi, the kid is having a day.
No joke. Renner, that's just awesome. Snap and hold are good for the PAT, and the kick is up, and it is through. 51-14, Montana Tech with the lead over the Lights. We have a timeout on the field, so we'll take one. We're back here to the Mining City after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Mark, orthopedic surgeon, specializing in sports medicine here in Butte, Montana. As an athlete, I think it's important to see a sports medicine specialist, as we have a different skill set than your general orthopedist in terms of restoring anatomy and restoring function in an athlete. One of the most kind of rewarding things being here in Butte is being the team doctor for Montana Tech, Western, as well as the local high schools and middle schools here in town. It's very rewarding working with the young athletes.
Trident 5550, the Case IH Combination Application System Solution. A couple of key points for model year 2024 are going to be the addition of a 135-foot spray boom for that enhanced productivity, and then Aim Command Flex 2, the ultimate in advanced spray technology, individual on-off nozzle control, a host of other features, making the most of your product application. To learn more, visit your Case IH distributor or caseih.com.
Back here on Digger Vision, a Saturday afternoon, Montana Tech and the Lights of MSU-Northern. Frontier Conference football here. Montana Tech with 2 rushers over 100. Landers Smith, 13 carries for 140 yards. Landers has 3 touchdowns on the ground. His average is 10.8 yards, and he's second fiddle on the yards per carry thing. Ethan Renner, 5 carries for 127 yards. He's averaging only 25.4 yards a carry. He has 2 scores.
You know what Coach Green would say? We got to get him the ball more.
Feed that young man. So the kicking unit is in here for the Digs. Again, end of the regular season. The Carroll College Saints will be here next Saturday.
I'd imagine a lot of these number 1 defenders, Dave, should be done here. Yeah. So we'll get to see a little youth there on that defensive front, linebacker, and in that secondary. We're probably going to see in at safety. I would imagine Justice Peterson will go in his senior day.
Yep. Kick is away. And a fair catch called for. I actually found myself looking to see if we were going to get any other quarterbacks warming up, and then it dawned on me. I'm like, well, it's senior day. Right. Cade's going to get this thing for the rest of it, I would assume.
Yeah, because they're still recruiting him for next year.
Yeah, they're still trying.
I can just see them. Hey, there's some stuff I want to work on in this next series for next year, and just
the twins are incredible, and if you haven't met them, and you have the ability to, go introduce yourself, say hi. I mean, the 2 of them are the nicest guys I think I've ever come across in my days. Both of them are incredibly smart. They're in the same degree program. They have the exact same GPA the last time I saw it. It's nuts. And they're trying to bring him back at quarterback.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I try and give them a shout after every game. They generally walk off the field together and everything. I mean, it's usually just them awesome. 2. They'll go out and visit with family and friends, and then take a walk to the locker room together.
To the line of scrimmage.
I never liked my twin that much.
New quarterback is in. As Platt is in at quarterback, that ball comes out. The Tech sideline saying they have it. And it looks like the officials agree. Montana Tech football here. Take a look at this. Our Case IH instant replay. as that ball jumps out and the Digs dive on it. So the Montana Tech defense, they were on for 2 plays.
See Kovic in there, but I don't think he got that recovery. I think it was 92.
And Umale.
Yeah, Umale.
Tom Umale, the redshirt freshman out of Sentinel. First down and 10, Montana Tech. Wyant running the offense still. One receiver wide left. Handoff is going to go to Renner. Renner turns it upfield. Renner across the 25 down to the 23-yard line.
I think now we got Vetter.
Oh, it was Vetter.
Good piece of running by Christian.
Christian Vetter. That is carry number 2 here today.
He's got a pretty good carry average right now, too. He's probably up over 7 yards, isn't he?
Yep. Christian Vetter. Just a great back here out of the mining city. First down and 10. Wyant out of the shotgun. Looks like he'll bark out some orders as they await the snap. Handoff going to go to Christian Vetter again. Vetter, not much there. We haven't seen Wyant run with it himself yet. I thought that one he was gonna keep in his own belly and take off.
Right. Because, earlier in the season, every time he ran that zone read, he was pulling it. He was keeping it. Must have got a message from the tailback room.
I was just going to say the same thing. He's like, hey, come on. Can you hand that to us every once in a while? 2nd and 10. Split backs here for the Digs. We'll see if they stay in it or motion out of it.
It's not a subtle message. They generally just tell you to give me the damn ball.
Man in motion out on the right side. Handoff going to go off to the right tackle across the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4.
That looked like Ho.
Yeah, so Kaika Ho back out. Kaika, of course, you might remember, ran for a 52-yard score against Simpson in his first collegiate carry. Again, we talked about the depth in that running back room, and it's going to be fun next year. Watching spring ball, seeing who, starts to kind of get the early advantage, who comes in recruit-wise, because obviously that could play a huge factor as we move forward.
Yeah, I think Ho stays in the game here, too. To me, Vetter didn't look 100% when he was in there. I don't know. He just looked like something was maybe bugging him a little bit.
Handoff to Ho. He'll get down to the 17. I think what we should do is Kobe Marino is now walking back up toward the line. He doesn't need pads. We'll just let him go out, give him a carry, and then we can just continue to talk about Kobe a little bit.
Yeah,
speaking of just great kids. Great senior day here, and actually we're going to see a change at quarterback as Wyant will come out, and we're going to see the kicking unit come in. A 35-yard attempt just inside the hash mark.
Dylan probably not pleased with himself after that one PAT hit the upright, but has executed everything else.
Snap a little low. He's able to get plenty of leg on that and knocks it through. 54-14, Montana Tech up over the lights of MSU-Northern. Frontier Conference action here on a Saturday afternoon. Rocky and Arizona Christian, you see there, continuing to exchange shots. Rocky up 20-16, and Southern Oregon over Eastern 35-14. How many rushing yards do you think Yates has currently in 35 points?
Yeah, I would guess he's probably pushing the 200-yard mark. What a nice looking back. Carroll did a great job on him last week. They just did a great job. And Carroll, I've mentioned it a few times today, they're very difficult to move the football on, especially via the run. Where Yates got away from them a couple times is they picked him up twice on a couple long back screen plays. And so good in the open field. He's physical, but he's really, really gifted, fast, of course, but really good in the open field.
All right, let's take a look here. Yates has rushed for 228 yards against Eastern Oregon. Hello. Frontier Conference football. Thanks for joining us here as we make our way through it.
You ham.
5:50 left to play. And the Digs ready to kick it off here. So we're coming down to a clash next Saturday. Again, log on to godiggers.com to get your tickets. They're already up for sale. If there's any reserve left, good luck. Fair catch called for. And then we come down to that whole Sunday where we decide we all, in rapt anticipation, try and figure out who in the heck is going to make the playoffs.
Right. It's looking more and more like it'll maybe just be 3 teams out of the Frontier, do you think? Or,
you know, I don't know. I truly don't. It almost comes down to me, in my opinion, you know, the Tech Carroll game last year is what kept Carroll out of the playoffs. And are taking the run, going the other way is Platt across the 50 down to the Montana Tech 35-yard line.
Good job. Pulls the ball out of the back's belly and continues down the line of scrimmage. Just a nice cut up, found daylight, and exposed it.
In my opinion, with the loss now to Western, I think Carroll has to get the win to get a glimmer of hope, personally.
Carroll's victim to something that you don't always see happen. You know, they lost their first game of the year to Montana Tech up there, and it seemed like they were penalized for a long time. You know, they were undefeated in conference for a long time before they got inside the top 25.
A deep pitch across the 35 down to the 33.
I'm starting to sound like a Carroll cheerleader.
What happened? By look at you. But the other, you have to think about that. The other side of that is the beginning of Carroll's schedule is what our schedule has been here the last 4 weeks. You know, there's been a different level of play between the front and the back half of the season.
I do have a little bit of interest there. I mean, my former quarterback Kent Graham's kids are both at Carroll College. You know, so certainly I pull for them. And then Connor Curno's down there, and Caden Hansen from Dillon. You know, so you know those kids, and you want them to have success, just not against Tech.
Second down, rolling, in trouble. Trying to escape, and he does. Still on his feet here to the near side, and he's going to be hauled down for a loss of 2. Finally, good footwork by Ashton Platt.
Yeah, Tell Arthur getting up there. Didn't see much of Tell in the game here today at inside backer, but the last few games, he's played really well in there. I got to talk to his dad in the tailgate for a while, and he agreed. I mean, he's been playing a really good football. They don't drop off much back, even though he's not in the game a lot at inside backer. They don't drop off a lot when he's in there. Maybe not at all. He does a nice job.
Yeah, that linebacking core is deep. They're solid.
Deeply improved.
Handoff. The quarterback going to keep it. Platt across the 35, and he gets walloped at the 34.
Oh, Trey Vasquez. What a shot on him. Trey's not a very big guy either.
No.
175 pounds. But, yeah, tough wrestler.
He's wrestling weight. Yeah. There's a whole lot of difference between most people at 175 and a guy that wrestled in college for 4 years at $175. Those dudes are carved out of granite and do not feel any pain. Like, collegiate wrestlers are absolutely immune to pain.
Wrestlers in general.
Yeah.
You know.
4th and 8. Platt, man in motion, wants to throw. He's going to air it up left side, man-on-man coverage downfield, and that one's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Turnover on downs will go to the Digs.
Good play out there. I didn't get the number in the secondary. Playing the receiver that time, right? No head back to the football. He's playing receiver reaction here and getting his hands through the receiver's hands. And that looked like 26, I know that name, David Lowry.
There you go.
We saw him, you know, in Helena during that COVID year. Just had a great game against the Butte High Bulldogs down there.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 here for the Digs as the offense comes out, and Jared Wilson will get a series. So Wilson, the redshirt freshman out of Polson. I assume we'll see his footwork. I want to see him get the green light to throw the football.
I'm just hope they got the receivers in the game that are used to catching the ball from a left-hander.
1st down and 10. Hand off to the tailback across the 35 out to the 38-yard line.
That's Ho in there at tailback still.
Okay.
We'll see if they don't get Graham or, I know this number too. Dylan Graham, 43, runs into the game.
Kaikaho's third carry here today.
Giving them all a taste the last 4 weeks. It's just been fun to watch. You're excited as a coach, a position coach. You know, these guys, they're just dogs in practice. You know, seems like they never get a look on game day, right? And so they finally get some action and something to talk about during their position meetings and film work throughout the week.
It changes your vision. You know, it goes from one thing playing against teammates for meat squad or whatever the case is to going, all right, now hold on a second. The game starts to slow down the more reps you get. Kaikaho across the 40. They pushes him out to the 44. It's going to be just shy of the first down yardage, it looks like.
Dylan Graham, I thought they might give him.
We have reached the 2-minute timeout. Timing rules are now in effect.
I don't know if they had forward momentum because it looked like he ended up over the 44-yard line.
Agreed. And actually, they mark it back at the 43. So we hit the 2-minute timeout. Montana Tech up 54-14. 1 week remaining in conference play. And then we'll see what goes down from there. Frontier Conference action right now. Western and Carroll are tied at the top of the Frontier Conference with 1 loss apiece. Montana Tech will stay with 2 losses in Frontier Conference, as it looked like Southern Oregon would. We'll see where that one ends up. But it looks as though those 2 will sit just outside of that first place.
It's going to be a late night for me tonight. I got a couple games. I'm going to go back and watch that Western Carroll game tonight. But you also got Montana. Montana plays UC Davis. I'll want to watch that.
Okay.
And where are the Cats at today?
I honestly can't tell you.
Boy, they're fun to watch. Tommy Malott is just a blast, isn't he?
Tommy's just a machine.
You know what you can really see with a lot of these players, you know, when you become partial to the Blake Thielens of the world, but what you can really see is the work that they do in the off season. You know, the important numbers, like for a lot of these programs, is how many guys are going to stick around for the summer, for summer workouts. You can see that Blake Thielen and Wyatt Alexander and the like, and Torgerson and all them, he is so accurate on that deep ball, and it isn't by accident. I mean, they've thrown thousands of them every summer. You know, when you think of the work that Tommy Malott's doing down there with his guys down there for the Bobcats, he throws the deep ball. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep. 3rd down and 1, Wilson at quarterback.
And he's really fast.
What? Really? He's still the 50-yard champion at East Middle School the last time I looked. And that should be first down yardage as they keep it on the ground. Clock running is the important part here.
Got a first down. I expect Montana Tech may just take a knee from here on out. Getting victory formation.
Oh, Peach said us, so the Cats all over Sac State. 49-7.
Thanks, Peach.
Thanks, Peachy. Our sideline reporter. Our sideline currently in Arizona, which neither of us got to go down to that game.
You know, I almost went.
You were close. I know we were talking about it.
If I could have got my beloved twin brother to want to attend the game with me if I came down, I would have flown down and went to that game.
I mean, we could have found you friends. You didn't need to go with your brother.
Yeah, I know.
I know most people don't like you, but we could have found someone.
I'd have felt bad because I'd wanted to crash at his house, right? And then, hey, could you give me a ride to the game and then pick me up?
You could have stayed with Peach.
I got 3 other brothers down there, too.
You have brothers everywhere.
You believe that? I got 4 in the Phoenix area. Isn't that crazy?
Well, you have like 73 siblings. Your poor mother.
Yes.
Victory formation. 2nd and 11. I'll take a knee. And that will go into the record books. So Montana Tech will put this one away, 54-14. The Digs over Northern with a huge win here at home, as Montana Tech will get the win here on a Saturday afternoon. That leads us to 1 game left on the docket. Carroll College will be here next Saturday, and certainly a large bag of marbles is on the table for that one.
You bet. Yeah, it's going to be a great way to end the regular season. The same way we started it, Tech Carroll, different venue, but yeah, it's going to be a dogfight, no doubt about it. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Preliminary forecast looks good. And, yeah, it's just be a great day. And you will see probably 2, maybe 3 times as many people as you saw here today for that game.
We're going to be close to Copper game on that bad boy. It's going to be packed. Again, get your tickets. Log on to GoDiggers.com. Go to the tickets. Get them now. Let's take a look at the final numbers here, shall we? Montana State Northern. Let's see here. Their total number of plays here. I'm looking for it. As things changed on me here, Northern will get 17 first downs on the day, 5 through the air, 11 on the ground here. They had 61 offensive plays for 295 yards. Again, you have to be happy with that. I thought their offense played pretty darn well. Once again, 295 yards on 61 offensive plays for Northern today. Zach Brooks was 7 of 13 through the air for 94 yards. Ashton Platt was 0 of 1 throwing the football. On the ground, Mason Dion, 27 carries, 122 yards. Great day for Mason. He had 1 touchdown. Platt had 3 carries for 38. Cale White, 6 carries for 19. And Shot Davis, 3 carries for 9 yards for Northern. Receiving, looks like Devin Shelton will end with 5 catches, 43 yards, and Cale White, 1 catch, good for a touchdown for Northern. On the other side for Montana Tech, they ran 51 offensive plays for 512 total yards of offense. They get 27 first downs on the day. Blake Thielen was 17 of 19 for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cade Wyatt was 2 of 2 for 13 yards in that fourth quarter. On the ground, everybody had carries. Lander Smith, 13 carries for 140 yards. Looks like Ethan Renner, 5 carries for 127 yards for Renner. He ended with a 25.4-yard average per carry. Poor guy. Kai Cahoe, 3 carries for 16 yards. Christian Vetter, 3 for 10. Dylan Graham, 2 for 6. Thielen had 2 for 3. And Jarrett Wilson will get tagged 3 negative yards for going into victory formation.
Yeah, what a payoff for Wilson.
That always bothers me.
I'm sure he'll turn around those career numbers as the years pass.
I would assume. Receiving, Logan Kennedy at tight end, 4 catches for 47 yards. Wyatt Alexander had 3 catches for 45 yards. Dylan Snyder, 3 for 36. And Caden Zalewski had 2 for 27. 2 receiving touchdowns. Zalewski had 1. And Derek Pierce at tight end had the other. Pierce's only reception was a 12-yard score for the Orediggers as they get a big win here today. 54-14 over Northern, and that sets the stage for next week. Join us 1 o'clock start time as Montana Tech will host Carroll College here at Bob Green Field, and it's going to be a dandy.
Just one more note. Senior Day, even though they got another game here next week, it's their senior recognition day. And just a big shout out to a bunch of guys that have just been a pleasure for us to cover and to watch. Andrew Olmos, Angel Sanchez, Blake Thielen, Brandon Spencer, Cade and Cole Wyant, Ethan Renner, Jade Morris, Jaden McNeil, Jaden Downs, J.R. Seawald, Justice Peterson, Kobe Marino, Kyle Torgerson, Lander Smith, Logan Kennedy, Max Anderson, Prince Hall, Safe Benjamia, Sky Stefanik, God, can you believe all these seniors? Tom Walkup, Trey Vasquez, and not last but certainly not least, Wyatt Alexander. Congratulations, guys. Thank you to your families. You've just been a treat to cover and watch. All perfect, good gentlemen, and just a blast to cover.
And hopefully we have several more weeks of calling your games. The Digs get the win 54-14 over Northern here on Digger Vision. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday afternoon. Again, my thanks to our incredible crew here, and we will be back next week. Carroll College, 1 o'clock kickoff, and until then, take care.